welcome everybody to another thrilling episode of your favorite weekly live stream wrestling podcast on the internet today. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Tooney Talk Wrestling, TTW, and I am, of course, aka Dis, in the host seat for the evening. I want to thank everyone who showed up tonight. I've seen a lot of people, familiar names in the chat. A couple new ones too. Hi, Erica. Hi, Denisha. Hi, Jake, but he's on the show. Spoiler alert. Matt, I see you there. Ewan, of course. Brad, and I want to take a second to shout out. I see a new person in the chat, Julio. Nice to have you here, Julio. Welcome to the family, and I hope you enjoy what we do. Now, as all of you know, we have a good show for you tonight. I think we got some news we're getting to right up top. I heard a lot of you guys. Ooh, Sassy Girl, that's a new one too. Hi, Sassy. We have I lost my train of thought because I saw a Sassy Girl. Sorry. We're gonna move the news to the top of the show. I've been listening to some feedback that I've been getting, and people seem to like us getting the news done and out of the way. So we're gonna do that. I have a new game for you this week that'll be coming up here towards the end of the show. But as I was getting to, I cannot do this show on my own. So why don't we bring in our illustrious
circle of sound, tensions ignite. Jake takes on the chaos, the verbal fight. Nice guy dropping pins on wrestling nights. Most famous on Tooney Talk, owning the mic. Light, and he's Jewish.
Jake from Alt Jake Takes On. How are you doing tonight, sir?
I am wonderful. How are you, my friend? I keep laughing. There's more like that version of me has way more muscles than I'll ever have. I had my annual physical and checkup today. I'm like, man, my doctor would love it if I had that kind of muscles. Yeah, I'm not just a typical guy in my 40s.
We can get you there pretty quick. I mean, I can hook you up with Kevin Apollo, and I'm sure you'd be ripped in like a week by that man. So, I was shouting out new people earlier. We got B Sharp too. Nice to see.
Yeah, B Sharp's from my neck of the woods. No, he's from Arizona, and usually comes into the All Jake Takes On show. So
nice.
Happy to have him here. Yeah, Sassy Girl comes in too. I think George brought her around. So
it's beautiful to see new faces in the chat. I always love that. So we do this. You'll see. We do things a little different tonight on Tooney Talk. It's more of a variety show, I like to say. But why don't we bring in some more people? Because Awful. So Awful, he was here before the show, and we all know Awful. He might pop up at any point. Who knows? But to make up for the fact that Awful might not be here, we actually have a 4-person panel tonight. And why don't we bring in our first special guest? It's not Braun Breaker. It's just George. Hi, George.
Yeah, I wish I was Braun Breaker, to be honest with you.
I don't know, man.
Sorry, I'm in the fall mood. My hockey team lost to a bunch of French Canadian bastards. So
anytime a hockey team loses, there's a 90% chance they lost to French Canadian bastards. So
Montreal Canadiens. So yes.
Well, I'm sorry. I was listening to Sirius Satellite Radio today, and the wonderful DJ on there said they should have an old timers hockey league that runs in the summer. And I'm like, yeah, that's a great idea. That's a fantastic idea.
It just sounds like a lot of broken hips.
Yeah, exactly. Of all sports, to have a senior league in the summer. You're picking hockey, really? That's the one.
I'm like, you can't pad the ice. I mean, you just have to put them in like the sumo suits or whatever, pad them up. Because oh man, no thanks.
I played senior hockey during the summer all the time in Buffalo, all the time, and it's weird showing up to the rink in shorts and flip flops and going out skating and coming back. It's strange, but all the old guys do it.
Enough of the hockey talk. We're here to talk about wrestling, and we have one more special guest for this evening. It is Braun Breaker. This one really is Braun Breaker this time. Hi, Braun. No,
yeah, damn it. I was going to come in and say, like, yep, bitches, surprise, it is Braun Breaker.
No, this is a DJ from DJ and the Heel Show. DJ, very, very old fan. Not old. He's not old. He's been with Tooney Talk Wrestling since the beginning. Very old school Tooney Talk fan. And I had an opening tonight. We were talking about putting him on This Is Awful this past Saturday, but that got canceled because of personal stuff. But we decided to bring DJ in here to Tooney Talk, and he's making his debut tonight. So hi, DJ. Why don't you tell them a little bit about who you are, what you do?
First off, this is a boyhood dream coming true. Okay, I shared a tweet earlier of me tweeting like 2 years ago saying, which producer do I have to jerk off to get on the show? Hey, guess what, bitches? I found the right one.
Awful.
And I'm here.
It was awful. Yeah,
it was awful.
Wasn't me.
So, but no, I do the DJ and Heels show every Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with my, co-host Brandon the Heel, most noted and known for getting in the face of Dax Harwood on a Dynamite in Philadelphia, I believe it was, at the ECW arena. And pretty much we do the same thing you guys do. I pretty much got into the wrestling content game watching you guys. So pretty much you, Awful, Marv, Kevin, pretty much inspired me to get into the game. So I'm just glad and happy to be here. I'm going to have a great time with you guys. George, I didn't even know we were that close to each other, you being from Buffalo, because I'm from Rochester. I'm like not even an hour away from you, dude.
I'm no longer in Buffalo. I'm down in Arkansas now, but yes, 50 years in Buffalo.
Looking through the chat here, LK is asking if you have do you have a small TTW patch on your clothing right now?
Nice.
No, but I should get one now.
I was gonna say, like, man, I should have got one of those in January. That'd be fun.
All right, we have a super chat to get to. This one's from Last Call Podcast with Chris Connor for $5. AEW now has over 200 wrestlers in the company. Jeez. I think it's safe to say that Tony Khan has an addiction for signing people and illicit substances.
DRUGS. Yeah.
First 10 minutes of YouTube, not really quite sure how that works, so I'm going to be careful. Send him to rehab. Thank you, Chris Connor. It's crazy how many people they have over there. I good for them, I guess. Like it's hard. I'm not going to sit here and complain that too many people have jobs. I'm not that guy, right? But yeah, if you're not, I mean, look at. I was thinking. So we're doing a segment later where we are looking at the new debuts in WWE for 2026. And I was thinking about, like, maybe we'll do AEW. We can throw the AEW debuts in there. And then I started looking at the AEW debuts. And you have Jake something, who I believe got injured in his, like, third match and hasn't been seen since.
Like that, yeah.
You have the Rascals. Where are they now? What are the Rascals doing?
Collision.
And Ring of Honor. And Ring of Honor, I think.
Collision and Ring of Honor. They're colliders, I guess is what they're called. Yeah. And the icon, what are they called? The Iconolists,
I forgot about them. They did have the Iconics.
Yeah, they have the Iconics.
Yeah, everyone has forgotten about the Iconics. Let's all be honest.
Because we're doing very well in TNA, and Tony, not because he wanted to hurt TNA, clearly because he loved their talent, decided to take it. And then
there go why he wanted to sign 12 of them in 6 months.
Right, and they aren't doing anything. So.
They had that like debut in like because they were in Australia, so they're like, "Woo, they're Australian girls, here they are," and they think they just stayed there. I don't think they came back.
Doesn't it kind of make sense though? He signs all these guys because usually you have to have somebody ready in case someone gets hurt, and someone gets hurt a lot.
Yeah,
so they always got backup. I'll give them that.
We talked briefly last week about how like Camille, which one is it? Camille or Camilla?
Camille.
Okay, because one of the podcasters pronounced it Camilla, and it always screws me up. So Camille and Wardlow are on American Gladiators and being used better and being given more character on American Gladiators than they were in AEW ever. So they had Wardlow, he's climbing down a wall. They do like a Spider-Man thing or you know the old Batman thing where it's like him and Robin were climbing up the rope on the side of the wall and
like the rappelling thing, yeah.
But it wasn't really rappelling. They like just did a camera trick. They walked.
Yeah.
you know. So they have Wardlow do that backwards down the climbing wall. So
what's Wardlow's name on there? Because I know Camille's Hurricane. I saw that.
Fang. He's Fang. Yeah, like vampire Fang.
But that fits for him.
Oh, Fang.
He kind of does have that Fang look.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and he's got his hair in front of his face, and he's getting all looking all mean. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I like the New American Gladiators. Like I said, they get a little too much into the whole like, oh, I work with disabled children, and it's like
I'm a volunteer firefighter. Yeah.
Don't show me anything that's gonna make me feel bad for these guys when they get CTE while playing Powerball. Like, I don't want to see any of that.
How dare you be a good person, you asshole?
Yeah, just if I like you, then I don't want to see you get your head knocked off by the joust stick from Fang. Yeah. You know, I want to cheer you on. If I like you, I don't want to see Boogs, you know, shoot a tennis ball at you. So,
when that was in the 90s when the guys got in a fight during Powerball with the guys, that was great.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, both those documentaries, there's one on Netflix and one on ESPN about American Gladiators. Both are awesome, but just make you realize how crazy that show was.
Yeah, I mean, if you're into watching stories about people doing a lot of steroids and then also, you know, partying a whole lot, yeah, they're fantastic for that. I for one do. I was a big fan of the Bigger, Faster, Stronger documentary back in the day that like tarnished the name of Iron Mike Sharp. Remember that one?
Yes.
Ruined him for a generation. But yeah, we are here. We are ready to go. Going to get into our first. So, like I said, doing things a little different. Our first topic is actually going to be my 3, 4, 5 this week. So we're going to start.
Brock Lesnar is just.
Let's not. We got ahead of ourselves. The slideshow got ahead of itself. So we're going to start with the thing in the thumbnail. I thought, you know what? If it's the first topic, throw it in the thumbnail. Brock Lesnar came back yesterday on Raw. So Obafemi was coming out for the Obafemi Open Challenge. And before, like, while he was doing the cool thing where the blue lights hit and he roars back like a lion, and they have, you know, they make him look like a PlayStation 3 logo or whatever. Like right before that was right when that was happening, Brock Lesnar came up from behind and F5'd him or beat him up. I don't know if he F5'd him right away, but he beat him up. And then that's when I go, holy shit. And then my son goes, you cussed. And I said, yeah, I did cuss. I'm sorry.
Aaron does that to me habitually now. every time I accidentally swear, he'll go, hey, don't say that. And I'm like,
you need to get a swear jar.
My son is mine's 12, but he is also the kid who will, if his friends say a cuss word, he'll say, you do know you're 12, right? You do know, like he gets on their cases because he's like, you don't have to act like a grown up yet. We're not grown ups.
Good. Enjoy your childhood while you can, man.
I agree.
It ends quickly on you. All of a sudden, you're like, ah, crap. I woke up in my 40s.
Erica in the chat asking me how much caffeine I've had today. Actually, not as much as I usually do, which I think might be so. ADHD stuff. Caffeine makes you calm down. Everyone, you're right. Yeah, I'm not the only one here that happens to. So, yeah, I'm a little hyper. I didn't have my 3 cups of coffee this morning, actually. So, but anyway, we're on to Brock Lesnar. So Brock Lesnar returned last night, and then
Brock Lesnar is just back.
Oh, I forgot. We have. Oh, why isn't the sound playing for this? That's not good. Okay, well then I'll just flip forward through. This was basically just what's his name saying that Brian Alvarez.
What's his name? Yeah, nah, it's better as
AJ Styles retirement.
Yeah, it's weird. Sound's not playing, but I'm not upset about it here. We're gonna move on. So let me get to the right spot here. Play through.
You know,
so Brock Lesnar,
you know,
came back and
John Cena retirement, and AJ Styles retirement.
Look, I don't really
I presume they're both.
So basically, what he said was,
I can hear him. You can't
hear him.
Yeah,
I can't hear him. That's
no,
weird.
we can.
Why can't I hear him? Okay,
that's real weird.
That's
I think you're just, tone deaf to Alvarez at this point.
That's so weird. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, what is he saying? He can't hear? Yeah, no, we can hear him.
That's never happened. Okay, then I'm going to let you guys watch it. Here we go. You can listen to Brian
it.
Alvarez be smug, and I don't have to
Brock
listen to
Lesnar
it.
is just back. Brock Lesnar
I fucked that one up.
in storyline
So,
lost to
Make sure- chat, let us
Obafemi
know if you can't
at
hear it.
WrestleMania. He proceeded to retire.
Yeah, I can hear him.
Adam Pearce has filed retirement paperwork, whatever that was. But despite being retired, Brock has signed a contract for a match in Italy.
Okay, I'm going to stop it though because I can read. So this is they explained it pretty well last night, right? The whole deal was that Paul Heyman said yes, he is retired. If you get Obafemi to sign this contract, he will not be retired, but he is retired for now. It's like I don't understand why Brian Alvarez can't figure that out. I think he can, and I think he's being facetious here, but
either that or he's just been around Dave too much and he just said that his brain working anymore.
He's so smug, man. He's so smug.
He'll be wrestling while retired.
Those eyes, just with those.
For me, it's the comb over.
I have no idea what this means. I have no idea what
I don't know how
doing.
loud this is, so
I mean,
you're good. It's fine.
I suppose there's a few options. Lesnar could beat Obafemi, at which point, if, as I presume is going to happen, Gunther wins the title from Cody. By beating Obafemi, he can earn a shot at the title in Minneapolis. But why we're beating Obafemi? That seems like a terrible idea. Or, Brock Lesnar can beat Obafemi, and at SummerSlam, you can do Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi in a rubber match, which I guess you could bill as a retirement match, but why bother? This whole
talking the future tense. Like,
John Cena
enjoy it, you son of a
retirement,
bitch.
AJ Styles retirement. I mean, I presume they're both
mind about Brian Alvarez
retired,
all the time is
what
that
you've essentially done is told the fans,
let him finish because
you can actually retire.
Come on, finish.
Have retirement paperwork filed, but then you can just still keep wrestling if you want to. So it was fucking stupid. I don't know what's going on, but that's what they did. So Lesnar is just back.
Okay. So my biggest thing with Alvarez here is that he's retarded. I don't, he booked something in his mind. He makes it up and then proceeds to complain about the thing that he made up.
And and like George and I recently watched him talk about with when Ospreay they kidnapped him, but the Death Riders kidnapped him, and then it was only shown on Collision. And he like badmouthed it, but he never called it fucking stupid. Like he was never that jerky about it. He was being kind of smug to Dave, like poking at him, but he wasn't anywhere near that terrible about it. Good Lord, Brian.
All right,
I'm so glad I don't watch them.
So let's get into this. I'm gonna give George. I haven't heard much from you. I'm gonna give you the first word. We're going to get into what you think about Lesnar coming back. If you think that it's a bait, or if he insulted people by saying he was retired, even though I don't believe he said he was retired, or if this is, and where do you think he's going to go? But I'll give you the first word, George. Go ahead.
I think what Alvarez wants to say is he just wishes Brock would have stayed retired, which is what I would have wished in the long run. But I knew because I know this. I know how this works. But I would have liked that WrestleMania to have been his last match and the way he went out. And I thought everything was pretty sincere. And I was actually into it. And then you talked me out of it by listening to you talk about it. And I'm like, but I knew it was going to happen. The question was when, and it happened yesterday. But I think Alvarez wants to say he just wishes it would have happened that way. And that's why it makes no fucking sense to him.
I mean, maybe, except he went on to book 3 months worth of storylines and then.
Well, I mean, we all knew it was going to end in Minnesota. Like he's at least going to wrestle at SummerSlam in Minnesota. Whether he retires there or not, we'll see. But like we all knew that was going to happen. You weren't going to have a 2-night SummerSlam in Minnesota where he went to college and not have Brock wrestle. Like it just, it
would have been fine if he wouldn't have. For me, I didn't really care. I would have liked to have just seen him just end it there. If he's going to do it the way he did it, the way it looked like it was presented to me. I bought it. I'm not gonna lie.
I'll tell you something. Here's a little rule you can go by in wrestling. If a wrestler doesn't say they're retired, they're definitely not retired.
Yeah. Valid point.
Okay.
And Brock's not a guy who says much. So
yeah. Go ahead, DJ.
No, I pretty much agreed with you on your sentiments. I can honestly say I was one of the few people who immediately knew this was him. The whole taking his glove thing off at Mania. He wasn't. I personally don't see Brock Lesnar retiring like that. just because of how dominant he's been showcased as throughout his career. So I was one of the people who didn't buy the retirement. I figured he'd come back soon, especially with SummerSlam being in Minnesota, and not having Brock Lesnar on the card is kind of malpractice, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
I can, now that Awful's not here, I can talk freely behind his back and make fun of him now.
Watch out for the run-in.
Yeah, but no, the whole idea that Brock Lesnar's retired and he's going to go out the right way and he's doing, to think that Brock Lesnar was ever about, I'm sorry, I'm sure that he's grown to love the business and that he really likes all the people he works with and that he understands that it's special. But Brock Lesnar is the guy who's walked out at least 2 times, at least that I can remember 2 times, for money reasons, that has retired once and come back to the sport, retired from UFC and came back. I think people forget about that. He's done this before in UFC. He retired and then he came back. Brock Lesnar, it's like, I don't think Brock Lesnar is ever going to be retired with the capital R. I think Brock Lesnar will always be one of these guys who's just kind of there. He might come back. He might not. If he sees an opportunity to make money, he's going to come back and make money. And that's, I can't imagine. So obviously, whatever this is, now there is the joke that I like to think, which is Brock Lesnar knew the storyline was going to be that Gunther got Paul Heyman to help him get a match against Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. So then Brock Lesnar says, oh, okay, well, then I'm just going to retire now. And then once they use the favor with Brock Lesnar or with Paul Heyman, then Brock Lesnar like, you know what, maybe I will come back. I can come back and do some more stuff.
I also could see that maybe he was retired. Like that was his, like, if you want to say like the boots and gloves thing, that could be like his last WrestleMania match. Like he doesn't have, because I could really see him deciding that in Minnesota is the perfect place to go out. Now you're right. He definitely could come back if he wants to.
Until the Saudi prince offers him a $10 million payday to have his real retirement match.
Yeah. I mean, as long as it's still there at this point. I mean, we don't know if there's going to be a Saudi Mania at this point with where the world is, but I could see him wanting that too, but Minnesota was always going to happen. I was with you, DJ. Like George and I, like when on our first show afterwards, I haven't said it. I'm like, I get what you're saying. That it seems like the retirement would be good, but he's just not going to not wrestle in Minnesota, especially with all the SummerSlam previews we're showing him attacking Roman with the tractor on the ring. Like that's like the #1 clip they're showing for SummerSlam. So.
And I don't think if he does have a match with Gunther, I don't think it's a foregone conclusion that Gunther wins. Like, I don't think Gunther loses anything. By losing to Brock Lesnar.
Have Gunther be the one. I mean, have Brock be the one guy that Gunther can't retire. Have Brock be the one guy to end the whole, career killer gimmick, and you can kind of move on from Gunther in a different direction from there, and it's still a big match.
And there we go. That was yeah. You got your 3, 4, 5, and you got the last word, and that worked out really, really well. So yeah, I don't understand why. As the host of the show, I've now discovered I cannot hear any audio from these videos.
It's so weird.
That is purely StreamYard because I hear your voices fine, and your voices are coming through StreamYard. But for some
we can
reason,
hear the video. That is so weird.
I can't hear the videos at all.
That's ridiculous.
I don't know why. I don't know what the deal is, but we do have some super chats about that segment. So let's get into a few of them here. We got Shadowfire for $5. A wrestler saying they're retiring and went back on it. That's never happened before. Exactly.
Not once, not never.
Has there been one who's really stuck with it? I mean, besides like AJ, I guess no. Austin came back.
Shawn Michaels.
Except Shawn Michaels came back.
Saudi, yeah. Like even though I don't like to count that match, but it did happen, unfortunately.
How many retirements did Funk have?
Yeah,
he would still come out of retirement if he could.
I want to say Taker.
Yeah, but it took him forever to retire. Like
right.
He wanted, like, he put his boots in the ring after that Roman match. Like, he wanted to retire, but it didn't work out right for him. And then the Boneyard match, as fun as it was, he wanted to do that in the ring, but he just can't with his hips.
And I guess, to be fair, Taker has never said, I am retired, has he?
So, he probably has on his podcast with Michelle, but does anybody really watch that? Like,
right. I mean, he came back for the, that SmackDown, remember? Where it was like, It was where he came out in the middle of a SmackDown or something. No, it's Survivor Series.
No, it was Survivor Series. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was the 30-year. Yeah.
Listen, I think you guys are forgetting the biggest retirement, an unretired person of all time, Leo Rush.
Oh yeah. We're going to talk about Leo Rush later. Actually,
how many times in the past 5 years has that motherfucker retired and come back?
and it seemed like he burned his bridge. We'll get to it. God, that guy.
Mick Foley's about to have another one, so that'll be fun. Andre Adams for $4.99. I can tell by that video that Alvarez went to Sports Clips and said, "Give me the Ellen." Sport Clips.
And also that haircut too. I feel like if he got it wet, you would just see his bald head. You know, he makes it look like it's full, but if a little bit of water would show you how thin that is.
Remember when Sport Clips was like Hooters for hair?
Yep.
And then they had to like start hiring dudes and stuff, and now it's all messed up. But I remember back in the day, because it started right when I was like in like 11th grade, I think. And that's the perfect time for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So all of my friends were like, "Hey, we should go to Sport Clips." And it's like, well, I don't need a haircut. It's like, so it's like Hooters, but for your hair.
Listen, the new Hooters for haircuts is Supercuts now.
Really?
Supercuts.
Just straight up Supercuts? They
Supercuts.
Hey, more power to them. Get that grip, man. You got to get that money. I don't care. We got you and Kiyomiya for $4.99. Lesnar should have interfered in the fight on Saturday. It would have been the only interesting thing.
Oh, that's a great line. Yeah, I mean, it would have lasted longer than 14 seconds. So
I don't care. Ronda Rousey and Jake Paul put on the greatest non-WWE squash match in the history of worked sports ever.
I had genuinely forgot about it and because I live on the West Coast, so it was on earlier in my time. And I saw on Twitter that it was starting. I went to put on Netflix, and then I saw on Twitter it was over. I'm like, oh, well, missed it. No big deal.
I thought it was funny with that whole thing with how short it was, and people were like, "It's a work," and it's like, I don't think it was a work. I just think that Gina Carano was never ever going to try. It was never in her mind that she was going to actually put forth effort. She got her money. She didn't need to do anything else besides go. She got paid more for that match than she's gotten paid for any Ben Shapiro movie she's made in the past 10 years. Okay. So going in there and
the check cleared, baby. The check cleared. Yeah.
Who cares? Tap out. Yep. Tap. That's what's happening.
Oh, she got me. Tap. Darn. The zeros are still in the bank. We're good.
It was never going to be anything other than that, in my opinion. So, but yeah, we are on to Baron Corbin. We have our favorite smug podcast host here who's going to talk about that too. This is another one that this is another one that I think is funny, is that they started a rumor and then proceeded to talk about how dumb it is. The second time in a row, they start the rumor and then they talk about how ridiculous it is. So the rumor, for those of you who don't know, is that Bishop Dyer, Baron Corbin, has apparently been, according to Dave Meltzer, has been in talks with WWE for months, and Dave Meltzer believes that he's going to be part of the Danhausen angle. I mean, I guess like I could. Okay, here's why I can. I'm gonna. No, you know what? This is actually part of the talk. When I'm not going to defend it, let's just get into Brian. Let's get into the talking heads.
WWE is discussed bringing back.
You guys can hear it though.
Yep.
Baron Corbin. Dave Meltzer noted on Observer Radio his return has been, quote, heavily talked about. Meltzer also speculated. We should add speculated. Very important on this show to add the word speculated. That Corbin's return could be related to Danhausen's segment on SmackDown. Noting on the SmackDown show, when Danhausen was talking about something bigger, my gut was, that's who it is. That's just my speculation, says Dave. But I just know that he's been talked about being brought in. Now, first off, that was the first name Dave thought of as Danhausen's Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah, Dave actually said before Backlash that that was the first time he said it, was that he thinks the mystery partner is going to be Baron Corbin, and that he's heard rumors that Baron Corbin had been talking to WWE. So that's where Dave
The
first
voices
reported.
in Dave's head are getting real wild.
Who the fuck you hear that from? Tazawa?
Yeah,
I don't know, but let's finish this up.
whoever
We'll
his
get to the fight.
sources are. I just want can Alvarez smug himself into some
Oh,
fucking
God.
sleeves? Like, why does he in a you're on video? Put some.
I think
The
he's
tank top. The tank top is a bold move.
He's got to be. He's got to be doing it for the thumbnails, right?
It's a bold move, Cotton.
He wants to get the clicks with the guns. You know, he's trying to get the ladies
with the 22s. Jeez.
I gotta be honest with you.
Hold
I'm
on
a
a
chick, and I see that I'm getting out of there quick.
Yeah,
You're considering, if this speculation is correct,
it's not
bringing back Baron Corbin to be Frankenhausen? What?
Who is he talking to? Why is no one responding to him?
What?
Talking to his goddamn self.
What? Yeah.
Is he making fun of Dave? Dave is the only person who said this.
Yeah.
I feel like just sitting here in silence until we go to commercial break in like 3 minutes. I can't even process this.
Okay. So, you know what? I'm just going to go into it. I'll take the first word.
Go.
When I first read this, I was like, that's why on earth would they bring back Baron Corbin? But if you want to do a Frankenstein monster gimmick with Danhausen, while I personally would use Omos, or you have Abyss right there, who just brought back the Abyss stuff recently. Yeah. In free agent, Danhausen has done this before with PCO in ROH. So you have a free agent in PCO who's been doing the Frankenstein. There's a lot of options. But you're not going to give that gimmick to Shiloh Hill. You're not going to give that gimmick to Damian Priest. You're not going to get, there's a lot of people on the roster that you're not going to give that gimmick to because you don't want them to die on the vine, right? Like the Frankenhausen gimmick will be fun. It'll be a nice, lower mid-card thing that'll run its course after about 6 months. And you don't want to waste that on somebody else. So I get why you might bring Baron Corbin in for that, but Jake has an answer. Who would you do, Jake?
Big Bill. His contract with AEW is running out.
You're still bringing him in, though. Yeah, but I mean, it's still
it's got to be big cast. Yeah, because he can't really talk. He always needed. God, was this? I forget the guy's name at this point now.
Enzo.
The little Enzo. Thank you. Yeah, he always had him as the mouthpiece. So now it's just Danhausen as the mouthpiece. My first thought when he was doing the stuff on SmackDown last week. It's going to be big cast because that contract is running out. Even though Dave acts like they don't know the time, but he knows it's big cast. Let's have it happen. That'd be fun. I
can see of all things Dave getting something actually right from WWE, this being it. I could see it. The one thing he gets right, this will be the one.
The thing is, it wouldn't be from WWE. It would have been because Baron Corbin told him.
No, some
Terry
say
Taylor.
Terry
Taylor talks to him. Terry Taylor talks to him. But in the chat, Awful said that Nick LaPiccolo actually reported that Baron Corbin was talking to WWE first. I don't doubt that Baron Corbin was talking to WWE. WWE likes to do that where they send people out and then bring them back later. Probably a much lower contract than he had before. So I could see it. But it's just the whole aspect of the Danhausen thing. I don't, like I said, okay, personally, I would love to see Frankenhausen be Abyss. That's my dream idea. He's wanted to have some kind of run as Abyss in WWE, or everyone's wanted that for a long time. It wouldn't be very physical. It would just be a fun little cute thing that they do for a couple months. That's what I would want. But you said Big Bill. George, who would your ideal giant Frankenhausen be?
I wasn't expecting that, so I have no idea. I really don't know. I'd have to think about it for a couple seconds.
DJ, you got one of them. Oh, DJ's muted. He's helping the kid.
The only thing I ever want to see from Baron Corbin ever again is Sad Corbin. That's it. That gimmick was not run long enough. It was funny. I enjoyed that part of it. The only Baron Corbin gimmick I've ever liked was Sad Corbin.
Who was his partner when he was a tag team? Who was his partner?
The last time?
Yeah.
Apollo? Wasn't it Apollo Crews?
No, it was Braun Breaker when it was in.
He was in
NXT.
a team in NXT.
The Wolf
he was
Dogs.
with Braun Breaker. Yeah, in NXT he was with Braun Breaker, but on
And that was
SmackDown,
his last place. Yeah,
he was with Apollo Crews. I mean, I don't know, dude. WWE has a plethora of guys who seem like they should be bigger than they are and just don't catch on. They've released quite a few of them just recently, but I keep going back to Damian Priest. Like you have Damian Priest sitting there who's not getting over, who's not getting the reactions that you. I mean, he's over, but he's not where they want him to be. And while you have that, you're talking about bringing in Baron Corbin, who had the exact same problem with your company 3 years ago. Like, do you bring in, Damian Priest 2020 when Damian Priest 2026 is sitting right there? I guess is my question.
And there could be something funny with Damian Priest doing it, where like maybe he doesn't realize he's doing it, and like R-Truth is.
I'm not saying him be
right.
I'm not saying him be.
I'm just saying I can see some comedy there where like he doesn't realize it when he's in the housing mode and R-Truth trying to solve.
You have to have somebody that can play along too, Jake. Someone that has to actually in them personally, they can play along with this gimmick. You know what I mean?
DJ, quick, who's Frankenhausen? Go.
Frankenhausen, Omos, fuck it.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I've also seen Braun Strowman because he's got his TV show coming back.
Oh, it could be Braun.
Yeah.
Except
I don't think. Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
that's
exactly.
The problem.
Exactly.
Damn it! No, it's Festus. I lied. No, it's Festus.
Okay.
Oh.
I did see a couple people in the chat say that whoever it is going to be in a gingerbread man outfit. I think that was the original direction. I don't know if that's going to be the direction they end up going in, but we'll have to see.
I hope this whole gingerbread thing is done.
I smell it. All of this reeks of Bruce Pritchard.
Very much so.
And that's one of the reasons that I said PCO. Because remember, PCO, he's the pirate with one eye. Remember, he could catch a ball with one. So I could see it possibly being PCO.
And the gingerbread man thing, like it was still like, it worked for how it ended with Yachty like coming out of the coffin with it and hitting it. That was fine. That's the end of that. It was good. It was done. Bye.
Yeah. So speaking of, we were talking about rumors happening and them making fun of rumors that they start. Let's look at this one here. So, and there's another video here. I won't be able to hear it, so you guys will have to kind of walk me through it here.
I can pause it if you need me to. I can.
I can't hear it, so you do whatever. You're running the show, man. When those videos come on, Tony Khan on WWE spreading rumors. I've been trying to be respectful to them. I'll just turn the other cheek. Dave Meltzer of Figure 4 Wrestling Online noted in the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter that AEW's media rights situation, when its current deal expires in 2027, could become a major story. Amid questions about whether Paramount Global and Skydance Media will keep AEW despite the promotion being a strong, cost-effective performer on TV. Man, they have to qualify it, don't they? You have to put in there that they are a strong, cost-effective. You can't just say that they think about getting rid of them. But we heard from people in WWE, one of whom said that they realized that decision hasn't been made, and basically the same stuff we've said that everyone following this seems to agree on, that nobody even knows when the merger is going through, nor who will even be making the decisions regarding AEW if and when the time. Well, I mean, you don't have to say if, the time's going to come.
Right.
Like contracts end, man. You can't put them off forever. So, Jake, I haven't given you the first word yet. Go ahead. I have more because there's a video on this.
Oh, yeah.
Right, I pulled. So Tony Khan then got asked about this at the media scrum, and I wanted to actually play that.
I saw a report today that somebody in WWE
Here it is.
telling people within WWE, talking about AEW's next TV deal and talking about what we're doing. And I was surprised by that. And all I'll say is that what they said could not be further from the truth, and they're entitled to their opinions. I think, I've been trying to be respectful to them and try to conduct myself like a gentleman. And
Harvey Weinstein's respectful.
Bingo.
Background and spread these things. I'll just turn the other cheek. And maybe a couple years ago I wouldn't have done it like that.
Do you know why he's doing this?
Do I?
Yes, we found out on Sunday. Me and Jake found out why.
Oh, okay. Well, let's get into it. I'll give.
I'll say let George start. George can start it off.
Yeah,
with
I'll give George the first word, and we can start talking. I have my theories, but
Tony is turning the other
wait.
cheek.
There you go.
Tony is turning the other cheek because of his renewed faith in Jesus.
It's
we did talk about that. Yeah, me and Awful talked about how he's a Christian now.
Right, and that's exactly what I said. I'm like, wait, now wasn't he? I did not realize he was. Yeah, no, he didn't get any new media training. He just got the.
Yeah, he went through it on his Twitter. He explained it to us quite thoroughly.
Well, explained it to some random named Monroe.
He still sends his minions out to do it. Like, it doesn't matter that he doesn't do it when every interview with an AEW wrestler still has them talking crap about WWE for half the interview. But okay, turn the other cheek, Tony. That's fine. Whatever. This doesn't change the fact that there was a rumor that, okay, first off, this rumor was put out by Nick LaPiccolo.
Yep.
The fact that Dave Meltzer piggybacked it and tried to say he heard it from people in WWE. Here's what I think happened, if I had to guess, is that people backstage in WWE are joking. Right. Because that's what you do.
Yes.
You shit talk your competition. You make jokes. Oh, they're not going to be around come 2028 anyway. Why would anybody go there? That's what like men do with testosterone. Who, when you get around other men with testosterone, it's like, we get off our podcast and I go, we were so much better than DJ and the Heel this week, weren't we? No, I'm joking. But I mean, you do that,
Yeah, Tony's never busted balls.
Never. No, not.
You can tell.
Never.
You can tell growing up he never had a lot of close friends and they never busted balls. You can tell.
Yeah, because everybody just wanted, everybody was nice to him. They've always coddled him, and no one ever told him no because he's been the super rich billionaire kid. He was the son of a billionaire and never had any real friends. He went to those weird private type schools. And that's why he wants everybody to love him as the boss because he just wants everybody to be his friend. That's why how many angles, not as much anymore in AEW, but how many angles, well, you used to be my friend and you're not any friend anymore. But we can be friends again. How many times did Omega and Adam Page do that? It was
yeah. He's I don't. Not only do I think that it's possible that he's never busted balls, I don't think he's ever had real boys.
No,
right. You know what I mean?
No.
I don't think there was ever a point where he's like, I'm gonna go hang out with the boys. Yeah,
and that's sad. That's actually sad.
Is.
Yeah.
No, really, because that's part of growing up. It's part of growing up. You hang with your guys, and you may stay in contact with them over the years, and you still talk to this guy. I still talk to my friend from high school the same way I talked to him like I was in high school.
Yeah. No,
he's never had that, and I kind of feel bad for him there. I really do.
One of my best friends from high school, we talk maybe once every year, every 2 years, because he's got kids and he's busy. But when we do, we're right back into it. We used to joke around. When we would see each other in school, we would do the old Mav and Goose high five at the high, and we still would do that if we saw each other to this day, because that's who we are, and we're always gonna bag on each other and make fun of each other in the worst possible ways, but it's out of love. I know, it's just that's who we are.
There's a spirit of competition that makes that healthy, right? I'd expect that there are people that backstage in AEW that all the wrestlers are walking around being like, "Oh, WWE, do you see they got everyone got their pay cut? Oh, we're doing so
Maxwell Jacob Friedman." Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, you do it. You build yourself up. You puff out your chest a little bit. That's what you do when you're with your friends and you're hanging out. You're having a beer. And you're man, those Cubs sure suck this year, don't they? Yeah, the card, that's
fuck the Pittsburgh Penguins,
right?
But he never has his beers. He has his weird mineral waters with nobody.
Right. So it's does he go backstage and he hears them some of his talent are back there being like, man, we sure beat TNA this week, and Tony goes up and goes, now, boys.
Well, in Tony's defense, most of his quote unquote boys were observer message board people, you know what I mean? Internet shit posters. So that's the type of environment he grew up in and kind of fosters and is kind of used to being around. And that's why I kind of think he's taking the Kenny Omega passive aggressive, stick your nose up and condescendingly respond to someone, pretend you're bigger than them, but in reality you're just being condescending as fuck. This is outside of Tony's normal reactions that we all know. And I think this is actually more telling than more people think it is. I think Tony knows what Nick is saying is true, but he's just, not trying to show his hand like he did for the last TV deal.
And Jake, last word, go. If he was 20 years younger, he would be a groiper. Just saying. Just because that's the internet life. He just lived on the internet. It's just a
you
weird
had to
internet.
sneak that one in.
You gave me the last word. I had 3 seconds.
I know. I
appreciate
it. No, last word. You can keep going. If you want to rant, you can go.
No, that was good. I was more ranting. But yeah, I mean, he lived on internet message boards, but he did it because Tony's 6 months younger than I am. So, or like 5 months younger than I am. So like we're in that same bracket of what we grew up around, and he chose to be the internet message board freak, and I hung out with my buddies.
You got pussy.
He kind of became that way though, because he had to probably go back to the friend thing. He had no friends, so he found friends on the internet.
Yeah.
And he became friends with those people, which makes total sense. But like this was saying, when he goes backstage and sees his guys busting balls, he's got to be like feeling left out of everything. He doesn't know how to think a comeback, does he? No.
No, he thinks of the meanest thing possible. That's why he did like the Harvey Weinstein show. He thought that was busting balls, and it's like, nope, too far, buddy, too far. Like his yo mama joke will be talking like really mean about somebody's mom.
It's internet. It's internet humor, right? It's let's see how far we can push this and make it funny, and you don't realize that stuff doesn't work in real life,
right?
Yeah, because he thinks Twitter is real life. That's his problem.
Yeah. So, well, that is our 3, 4, 5 segment. Thank you guys so much. We do have another super chat here from Last Call Podcast with Chris Connor for $5. Mark Shapiro has already told people that UFC on TNT and TBS will be pretty wonderful. Translation: AEW is gone and awful, and I will enjoy the tears.
I mean, they'll just move they'll move it to YouTube or that. I'm telling you that my AEW platform is it's going to be easy to turn it on. And he thinks people
I don't know. I think people are underestimating how desperate Amazon right now is for content. Yeah,
that's what I said earlier.
Amazon,
Amazon
wouldn't give them a raise, but they would pay them to be on and have the entire library and the pay-per-views.
Here's the only thing, DJ. The only thing about that. WWE still has 2 years to make a deal with Amazon. That was, I mean, that's the problem, right? Is that at any point, WWE can and has shown they will just barge in and take whatever little deal they can and add a little clause that says, oh, by the way, no other wrestling on your platform.
Especially if they're following the NFL outline, because the NFL's been dabbling during they got Peacock games, they have Amazon games, they have Netflix games. They're following the same blueprint.
I'll tell you what, I didn't, I almost put it in here, but I didn't. So we can talk about it a little now before we move on. Saturday night's main event this week, man. Woo! What a show we got coming at you this week. I can't imagine that we're even going to cover it on This Is Awful. Like, it's clearly them going, oh, Peacock? I make fart noises at Peacock. They don't care.
And their
about
Indiana
Peacock
deal.
Anymore.
Are they still on Peacock for Saturday night's main event?
That's the only thing that's exclusively on Peacock is Saturday night's main event.
And it's part of that deal they made with Indiana that Pat McAfee was so pumped about that brought the Royal Rumble to Indiana. Like, oh, they're going to bring room. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, we're going to give you Saturday night's main event. We'll give you this one before we fly off to Italy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Here's Sol Ruka versus Becky Lynch. Enjoy. That's your main event. Like what?
And the tag titles with the Vision versus the Street Profit.
Yeah, like, they couldn't even bring Javon in. They had to do it. They had to have Ethan Page fight for the Intercontinental title. Like it's so clearly a contractual thing. Now, I actually kind of like it, though. I like the idea of having a smaller show, especially if you're going to make your pay-per-views be 5 matches long. Having a show around the pay-per-view that's maybe not as quite. It's kind of like your UFC pregame show, right? Where they have like the undercard matches on free TV, and then they throw. It's similar to that, I guess. I don't know. It feels a lot like they're just saying we don't care about Peacock at all anymore, at least to me.
Yeah.
Well, in their defense, though, Peacock is kind of a dying streaming platform. I saw that there was I don't know who to credit the report to, but I saw a report out there that between WBD, or not WBD, but Warner Brothers, Peacock, and Amazon, within the next 3 years, if one of those three didn't get into a merger, the one that was left out was going to die. And right now, Peacock is a dying streaming service.
It's
But they're
never made money.
NBC. They're NBC though.
Yeah,
but that's all they have. That's all they have. You know,
the Peacock streaming app has never made a dime. It's always in the negative.
And Peacock is now selling off their content to other streamers. Like, I know they gave that Girls 5 Ever show they had. They sold it to Netflix. And, they're kind of putting their stuff. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, I know, is on another streaming service. Like, they're kind of shipping their content out. I would imagine that The Office will be somewhere else within the next 2 years. And once The Office is gone, that's the end. Like, I
will say the next Saturday night's main event will probably be good because that's the one in Madison Square Garden in July. That one they'll put on. That one they'll care about, but it won't be because of Peacock. It'll be because of MSG.
I think we'll start getting some bigger Saturday night's main events, especially as the contract goes closer to the end, because I think this would be a perfect thing for ESPN. I'd say get rid of the hour before the pay-per-view that's useless and ruins the pay-per-view, and instead do a Saturday night's main event like the week before a pay-per-view and do it on ESPN. I think there's a future for it there, but
I can see that.
But especially the big benefits of WWE with Saturday night's main event was that it was airing on NBC and Peacock, and the fact that it's not on NBC anymore.
Yeah, I could also see that could be what they sell to Amazon.
Yeah,
just talking about Amazon needed content, like boom, Saturday night's main event. There it is.
AAA.
Done.
Like I said, you have AAA still that needs a television deal in America.
That'd be perfect for Amazon. That would
AAA does great on YouTube, by the way.
Yeah, they're gonna be able to sell them when they've been.
I guarantee they're definitely gonna sell it. I think right now they're just kind of. I think closer to Triple Mania, we'll get some kind of announcement about a TV deal. They're
Maybe
definitely
that's why the first location hasn't been announced yet because it's 2 nights this year. Okay,
yeah.
I'm
pretty sure it'll be Vegas. Pretty sure it's gonna be Vegas. Did you?
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Did you see Shapiro bought part of the Shapiro and Ari bought part of the Raiders now. So
boy, Davis is just selling that to anyone, isn't he?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with that haircut, you can't blame.
All right, you know what? I said we were going to do debuts, but let's get into the media call.
We're going to have Brian Zillum with PW Torch, followed by Courtney Rice with Women's Wrestling.
Seriously?
Brian,
you can hear this? I can't hear it.
Yeah,
I don't know what.
Do you want to pop out and pop back in or something? I don't know if that'll do anything, but I have no idea. Or will it hurt?
It's so weird. I have to hear that. Okay.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know how it'll work specifically. I don't know what's going on because I mean, it's crazy because I'm on the channel, like I'm with it, and I can hear it. If you can't hear it and I can, and we're both locked into the same, I don't understand.
I don't get it at all. I can hear you. I can hear the theme song. I can hear all the drops. Like I can hear. Okay, let me test it real quick. We're gonna play this one. Heard it fine. It was blowing out my eardrums, and I cannot hear any other audio, which is going to be a problem when we're
so weird.
Media call.
I mean, I was to say if it's all just like maybe you could like drop the media call thing out and put it back in there, but it's not. I have no idea.
It's not that. Yeah. Okay, but see, if I drop out, everything's gonna drop out.
Oh yeah, I didn't know.
Except if it would. You won't. Okay, let me drop out, and then I'll come back and we'll add it back in. You guys vamp for a minute.
Yeah, that's so weird. Oh, StreamYard, the technology is fucking.
It might not even be StreamYard. You never know.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
The way shit works, we don't.
Yeah,
yeah. Damn internet. That's what it is. Future technology.
It's the weirdest. My wife and I have a phrase. We always say like technology is the best until it's the fucking worst. Like all of a sudden, technology will just shit the bed on you out of nowhere, and it's like, what the hell, man? Oh. All right, we got him back here. Let's see if that works. I don't know. Oh, man. Well, we'll see if we can add that stuff back in and get Dis to come work right here. But let's see.
We can add the stuff back in. Just give me.
Yeah, no, take your time. Take your time. No, yeah. Yeah. Oh man, I was it just doesn't make any sense of why it wouldn't come in and work for it. Like,
here, let's try this one now too.
Have Brian Zillum with PW Torch.
Can't hear
followed
it.
by Courtney
Son of
Rice
a
with
bitch.
Son of a motherfucker.
Can't hear
that
it.
doesn't make any sense.
So we're probably gonna end up having kind of a short show tonight, guys. Because honestly, I can't. There's nothing. That was like 15. Well, you know what? We're already at an hour though.
Yeah, no,
So
I mean, we can probably we can keep vamping with stuff, but that doesn't make any sense.
Why don't you? I'm pulling up the PDFs here. Why don't you go into the grades? We can start in the grades, and the media assets. The polls are over here. I'll put up the first one, and yeah, we can start.
Everyone loves a good poll.
Yeah,
you want to bring up the grades here, Jake?
Yeah. This one, yeah.
Yep, there it is.
Yep. The recent side, the WWE class of 2026, we'll call it, even though a couple of them came on the end of 2025. But yeah, no. Do you want me to run it, or you want to try this? I don't really care.
You start it. I'll be in.
Yeah, perfect.
I'm going to try to fix this thing here real quick.
Yep. Nope. All right. So yeah, we're going to start with the first signing of the year of the for WWE for the end of 2025, Javon Evans, who I really thought when he was like teetering if they were going to bring up the main roster or not. I really thought he was going to be the like pull the old like Peyton Manning move where he like has one more year in NXT just because he's so young, but he is really popular and like the kids love him, and you can't. It's one of those things where I can understand why they brought him up, but what do you guys think of it? I won't give my grade yet, but I would like, I don't know. You want to start with it, DJ?
So my grade so far for him, I'd give him like a B plus. He's definitely exceeded a lot of expectations. He's kind of WWE's version of Dante Martin, but more controlled. Like,
yeah.
So it's like he's an extreme high flyer, but they make sure he's the only one really doing that shit. It's not like they have 5-6 other guys on that roster who can do what Javon can do and get that, the height he can get on some of those drop. Literally, he has the best drop kick in the game.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Gets how high he gets up and the way he just literally looks like he's planting both feet on you. It's literally an art form watching him do a drop kick. It's fucking beautiful every time. So I'm giving him a B plus. I think what he needs now is a big giant bad heel to like be his, like a Royce Keys or something to help get him over.
Yeah, or they could just replay the Ethan Page angle that they had with him in NXT. If Ethan Page beats Penta for the Intercontinental title, and then Javon can take him on. But what do you think, George?
I don't think Page is big enough for Javon to get over with him here. NXT was perfect, dude. It was. Perfect.
I just mean like his attitude and how heelish he is.
Yeah, but you gotta find somebody bigger star wise.
Yeah,
I would agree with the premise though. I gave him a B. I was the first vote in with the B because he needs experience.
Yeah,
he needs to grow into his body a little more too. I like to see, you know how I like the bigger wrestler types.
I feel like he's not even having.
He's a string being right now, but he's 20 years old, so I get that. Once he gets to the point where he gets on a nice program and puts some muscle on, he's gonna be dangerous.
Yeah, no, he's really talented. No, there we go. I got you, DJ. You're good. No, the thing is, he's got the right mindset too. When you see him in interviews, he even says how he knows that like the high flying stuff is what got him to the dance, but it's not just going to keep him there. And like they're trying to show he's throwing better punches when he does, but I've heard some people say like that he's a bust because he's not featured like in the main events already yet. But it's like he's, like you said, George, he's 21, and I think he just turned 21. He's literally a child, but I mean,
he's to learn.
He does, but he's very entertaining with it. He's got the confidence in himself, and he's got the right head on his shoulders. And I really think that I could see it even maybe being somehow. I don't know if Rusev's a big enough star. He's a big enough body of it, but I just don't know what they're gonna do with the Intercontinental title, because it feels like Penta's run has been good, but it's time for, I think he's probably going to give it up, because I feel like they're going to put back the Lucha Brothers back together and have them kind of reinvigorate the tag division, or maybe I hope so, because neither tag division on Raw or SmackDown is super entertaining. So.
Boy, if they do that takes all Penta's momentum away, though.
Nah, I think Ethan Page,
in my opinion,
I personally think Ethan Page is the right guy to put the title on, but we'll get to Ethan Page in a bit.
Because he can sneak it off of it. He can be dirty with it, where Penta doesn't lose any luster from it because Ethan Page is a little schmuck.
I'll get my grade in here. I don't know if everyone has, but I'll get mine in. I think that Javon, I think B, as the chat's doing, is pretty right on, and I think that's where he should be right now. I think that if they push Javon too hard, too fast, he's definitely a guy that could develop fan backlash from it. He's not an Oba, he's not a Trick. He doesn't demand the room the way they do. He's more of a slow burn. So the idea of him kind of getting a okay push and getting over organically with the crowd, I think is the right move for Trick. I personally, in the long run, I've said it before, but I think Trick's going to be the biggest star of all of them. But where we are right now, I think B is about right for Trick Williams. So,
Javon Evans.
You mean Javon?
Javon Evans? Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm looking ahead. Sorry, I was reading.
We're all going B on him as well. Yeah, B to B plus. It's been really good. He's he hasn't been lost in the shuffle, and he's had good matches. And every time he comes out, you can see there's that part of the organic audience where the younger audience is just drawn to the guy. And you can't blame him. We watched him on George and I watched him grow on NXT, and he's just
kids love him.
He's got that likable quality.
Love this man.
Yeah.
And that's part of the reason that because he's in an interesting position where he's actually going to grow along with his fan base, right? He's going to get better and improve and mature at the same time that his fans who are doing 6'7" in the crowd grow and he's kind of. So
and that's perfect, and you need that. You need that with the WWE audience because that's what they're all about is hooking them while they're young and getting fans for life from it. I mean, how all of us started watching wrestling when we were kids at some point or another with it, whether with whatever you were attracted, whether it was the Hulkamania years or Rock and Austin that kind of stuff. It's how you got to hook them in.
All right, I'll bring down this one. We can bring up the next one here. Stop that poll. And we are bringing up this poll. So you want to switch over? I'll switch.
Yeah, I got it. Yep.
Okay, we're good. There we go. You lead it. Yeah, you lead it, Jake. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, as the conductor of the Trick Williams hype train, I have been on. When it was still the Trick Mello gang, when he was Carmelo's lackey, I was saying from then, I'm like, no, Trick's the bigger star, and Trick is the one. Because of Oba's size, I could see him technically being the bigger star out of the three, but I think you're right. I think Trick is the absolute. He's the 5-tool player. Oba's got the size and Devon's got the speed and the bounciness, but Trick's he's a 5-tool player. He's like the Derek Jeter of wrestling.
Let me throw out a hot take. I think Oba is a better parallel with Randy Orton. I mean, not Oba. I'm sorry. I think Trick is a better parallel with Randy Orton. I think Oba is the parallel with Brock Lesnar. We'll get to that in a bit. I think Javon is probably the parallel with Cena, and I think Trick is the parallel with Orton. The guy, because Orton had everything.
Yep.
And anyone who's like, oh well, you're selling Trick short by saying he's not. I just mean that I think that Javon has a different connection with the kids. I don't see Trick Williams doing the Make-A-Wishes, right? I don't see Trick Williams going to
maybe he's with the Make-A-Wish moms.
Yeah, exactly. Trick is that. Trick isn't the guy who's gonna go out and kiss the babies and do that stuff. That's Javon. But
Trick will take the moms off when Javon's with the kids. Yeah.
Trick is gonna be the guy who's at the top of the card for the next 17 years.
Yeah,
and just nonstop. In my opinion, that's where I think he's going. But we have other people on the panel here. So.
Yeah, from day one, Trick's got it. What do you guys think? George, you want to go next or DJ? I don't know if
Trick is in a weird spot for me. I want to vote 1 like an A, but I got him in kind of a B plus category. I think he's
boo.
No,
boo!
Listen.
We hate you.
I know. Listen for a second. I think he's been perfect at what he does, but there's something still missing there that I can't explain it. It's like right now it's a run. Oh, God, I hate this. A one-trick pony type.
Okay. Can I help you, George?
Yes.
He's sloppy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Look.
At least you said it before I said mine.
You know how much I love Trick Williams.
Yep.
Everyone knows how much I love Trick Williams. He's sloppy. It's just he looks like he's hurting people or he's going to get hurt. I think a lot of it's a product with like training with Booker T because Booker T was sloppy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Randy Orton was sloppy. Batista was sloppy. And these guys got it together and figured it out over time.
Right.
And
that's a good way to put it.
I gotta tell you, you were talking about the Trick Mello gang and wanting Trick up or thinking that Trick was the star. Absolutely. But you know what? If he didn't have that extra year, Trick Williams might have gotten released on this last set of releases. Like that, he was not ready to come up when Mello was,
Oh, no. So. I just meant like of like who had the bigger potential of being a bigger star. No, Trick needed that time in NXT, and he needed to have a run as the babyface after Mello left, and then turned heel too. And then all that time with stuff where he was like the biggest heel in TNA, that really did him wonders.
They like hearing me say sloppy. Should I do ASMR with sloppy?
ASMR.
All right, DJ.
Welcome to This Is Sloppy.
We have okay, so we have 2 A's, and then George just came out of nowhere and was like F-. Hate him. So what are you thinking, DJ?
No, so like I'm kind of agreeing with George here. Like Trick, I wouldn't say he's like has every tool in the kit. I think in the ring he has a fair amount to improve in a bit. As a personality and as a character, he definitely has everything they need, especially in WWE. He has the cool catchphrase. He has the catchy music. He has the look. He has the aura.
He's got a manager.
He has the manager at the moment. It's just when that bell rings, people tend to lose interest. Okay. It's kind of the Jey Uso principle, I call it.
Well, and there's the difference with a lot of, because for me, and I get a lot of shit for saying this, but for me with wrestling, in-ring is way less important to me than all of the rest of it as stars. I mean, that's...
Oh, especially in WWE. I agree.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's the one thing I feel like Trick is for I'm not the regular casual fan. I'm more of the hardcore, diehard AEW, smart mark, all those types of things type of fan. So like in-ring does play a small factor into me because in-ring to me is how well you can tell that story with your body.
Absolutely.
See, and what you know what? I think Trick's, if you want to talk about I said he's sloppy already, and I do believe that, but
and the chat's loving it.
An overarching problem, a more serious problem might be that he knows how to work like a baby face in promos, but I don't think he knows how to work like a baby face while he's wrestling.
That makes total sense. That makes total sense,
right?
Not even see. I think you have a point there, Dis. I think it's not either he can wrestle as a baby face or a heel. Is that he wrestles the same either way.
And that's where they need, and that's where they need to bring back house shows. The house shows is what people. That's where
they are.
Yeah, well, that's the repetition is what matters. Like you need to be able to actually work in the ring and do more and work in front of a live crowd that isn't televised to figure stuff out. How many legends and older guys will say like that's when they figured out that what was working and what they needed to do and how they could, because the crowds, it's not a televised event. It's not done for that. It's just done for the live crowd, and that's such an important piece of it. And yeah, house shows are much needed.
And luckily, they are bringing them back. Getting 10 house shows this summer. So yeah, 10 house shows this summer.
Nice. I knew they announced some shows. I didn't realize there were house shows in them. Good. They need that, especially the younger guys. They need that.
But yeah, I mean, Trick is solidly in A-B category. I think we could all agree on that. There's issues, but he's young enough, he's new enough that I think, are we all in agreement that we all think these are issues that he will overcome and he'll be fine?
Especially with repetition. I mean, if the biggest issue for everybody is his work in the ring, you can improve on that by getting more work in the ring. So I got no issues with that.
All right, then I guess we should move on. Now, this one here made a big splash. Everyone's still talking about him after his debut at the Rumble. So let's bring him in.
Fad to Wake is that? I pulled up the pronunciation.
Not Fatu. to
wink.
This guy.
This guy.
He made his big debut at the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia, and since then he's been taking the world by storm with all his viral videos on YouTube and all the fun. His catchphrase. Remember his catchphrase? What was Allah? Never mind. I'm not gonna go there.
Yeah. Hey man. At least Veer was coming to Raw for 6 months. This guy,
remember Shanky? Remember Shanky? What happened to that guy? Like, what?
I hadn't until you said his name just then. I'm like, oh, no.
I saw an interview with Shanky recently, by the way, where he's like, he goes, when I got released from WWE, everyone told me I should move to the States because I'm going to get booked everywhere, and nobody called me.
Yeah, Shanky's going to be our third mic on Thursday night.
Yeah, I'll take George and Shanky.
Yeah, George, that's the funniest thing you've ever said. I'm cracking up over here.
George got some great one-liners, man.
He was in the Royal Rumble and then nothing. No NXT, no Evolve. Like, he is in the Performance Center at best.
I didn't even remember that he was
just
in
giving
the
me
Rumble.
Mansoor flashbacks all over.
I remember the video packages that they showed, but during around Rumble weekend. But I really didn't remember that he was in the Royal Rumble. Honestly,
I remember going in the Rumble. Who the fuck is this?
He's
this guy.
He's the new Mustafa. We're supposed to pronounce it Mustafa. I found that out. He's the new Mustafa Ali. Except
Slapco Fud.
Not nearly as
Slapco Fud. What about Bar Bakaloo?
That sounds like Lisa B. Are you actually phony Shivani? Did we find that? Totally sounds like a phony Shivani joke.
Lisa, that was classic. Oh my god.
Oh god, I love the chat.
All right,
is there a 99 we can pick? That's
there.
All right, DJ, what's your ranking? What do you give? You give him the D?
So I'm going to do the rabbit letter that looks like pie, but with a comma over it. And that's the letter grade I'm going to give him.
Anyone else want to venture?
My grade is the money sign.
Yeah.
That's what my grade is for this one, because that's what it was.
All right. All right. So Slapco Fud with it seems unanimous in the chat here. We are at a bunch of that was a Jim Cornette joke. She owned up. It was a Jim Cornette joke. So we are
Cornette and when he was watching one of the Saudi pay-per-views, he was making fun of the announcers' names, and he just named them Slapco Fud and Fubar Makafakaloob.
Gotcha. Okay.
And Aaron just yells, "Don't say that."
That was adorable. Okay, we now have Royce Keys coming in,
who actually was in the Royal Rumble.
Actually was in the Royal Rumble and has been around since. Had a fantastic dude. I can't talk enough about how great they made Royce Keys look on Friday. That set the whole when Gunther was out there and he had the contract and he's like, what? I guess I should tell people because I'm sure not everyone watches SmackDown.
Yeah, especially SmackDown. Yeah.
Right. So there was a whole thing where Gunther for the past few weeks has been bothering Cody Rhodes. The whole idea was that he was trying to anger Cody Rhodes enough to get a match with him. Cody Rhodes finally gave in and said, yeah, I'm going to give you a match. And he had a contract ready for Gunther to sign. And now Gunther's like, I'm not signing that contract. Like, he's playing the big shot. He's he's playing mind games with him. So Cody Rhodes in the middle of the ring with a contract that he's already signed, saying, all you have to do is sign this contract and you get your match at Clash of Italy. And Gunther comes out and he's laughing and being smug like Brian Alvarez. And he's doing his whole oh, now you want to fight me. Now you are coming after me doing this, and he's like, you're playing the evil foreigner. He's talking terrible about the USA and doing all that. And in the middle of it, Royce Keys comes out, looks at Gunther, walks right past him and says, bitch, you ain't signing that contract? I'll sign the contract.
Yeah.
And Cody Rhodes was like, okay. And he handed him the contract and he was getting ready to sign. Gunther was like, no, wait. But when you let a wrestler do that, when you let a wrestler point out the logic flaws in your booking, it makes that wrestler look so smart compared to everyone else on the roster. And it shows that they have some faith in this man. I think they've been doing good. The chat's going with B right now. That's about where I'd put him, at a B. They didn't try to, he's not Obafemi. He's not going in and destroying everybody. They're telling his story. People are connecting with him. He's gotten some good segments with Solo and with Jacob and a couple other guys. He's on the right path. He'll be fine. He's a solid B player, in my opinion. DJ, you're not muted. What do you think?
I'm glad you came to me first, because my co-host is getting a fucking wood.
I could tell
about this because I've been one of the few people who've been saying Royce Keys is dead on arrival in WWE.
Really?
And hear me out, and let me explain why. Debuting him at the Royal Rumble was a wrong move and a bad move. Can we all at least somewhat agree on that before I go on my soliloquy and rant?
No, I don't think it was a bad move.
I get it. I get what
you're saying. I'm not gonna.
I get why somebody would say that. Yeah.
I'm just saying in terms of exposing him, and then for 2.5 months we see nothing of him. And then now we're
that part I'll agree with. Yeah.
It's giving me too much of a Ray Phoenix flashback, because they did the same exact thing with Phoenix. They brought him in 2 weeks before Mania, started giving him a quick random push out of nowhere, and then we haven't seen him since. And my issue with Royce Keys right now is there's too many guys, in-house names that they are invested in, the Javons, the Tricks, the Obas, to where he's going to get lost in the shuffle, and he's going to be kind of in the Big E role before he went into the New Day.
Yeah,
that's where I see Royce Keys.
You know what's weird is I think the disconnect here is that I don't view that as a bad thing. I look at that and say,
as a fan of Royce Keys, I'm just saying it as a fan of a guy who literally begged for him to leave AEW, and now this is what I'm kind of getting, kind of AEW push light.
Now, see, I disagree with that.
I could be proven wrong eventually.
I disagree with you saying that it's AEW push light. I think that he's been pushed better in WWE than he was in AEW. At least
he's been on TV
for the most part. There were higher highs in AEW so far, but he was also there for 2 years longer. So I'm gonna I hate doing this because DJ's muted because of his kid, so he can't respond, and I hate just kind of sounding like I'm the authority, but
Oh no, you're good.
Okay.
But I was just saying, like, in terms of, like I said, I'm giving this a D just because of the delayed push mainly. I feel like if he debuted in NXT and he came up with Ricky as Ricky's bodyguard, I feel like the best way to use Hobbs on that roster is use him in the Diesel role as the big beefy bodyguard who doesn't talk, who's intimidating and gets over with his power moves, and then eventually turns on the little chicken chick mouthpiece and gets over that way.
And before he came in, actually, it's funny you say that, because before he came in, me and Awful were talking about him. I said he should be Mr. Hughes. I didn't use Diesel. I used Mr. Hughes because Mr. Hughes is more of a lifetime bodyguard, but I said that's the role he should play. But I don't mind him being Mark Henry. I mean, he's just Mark Henry. He's playing the exact role that Mark Henry played.
Yeah.
And I don't really mind him being in the Mark Henry kind of, upper mid card, a guy who could win the title, but he's not. And also, I was not a fan of Powerhouse Hobbs coming in. I have no skin in the game, but if you were a fan of the man, then I could understand where you'd be like, they're not really doing him justice. Although I don't know, man, they're putting him with Jacob. That's a big deal right now. To have him have him get any kind of rub from Jacob, I think is at least a good sign of where they think he's going.
We did the main event match on SmackDown. That was
against a good match too. It was a good match too. We didn't hear from George. What do you think, George?
Currently, I'm in the C category, just because I do think it takes a time to become de-AEW-ized. That's a word. He has to not. How do we word this, Jake? He has to get like he has to
rub the stank off him.
Yes. Yeah, it's got to be deprogrammed. You got to
once he gets time and experience, I could see this being a strong B+ to an A-, but for now it's a C for me.
Yeah, and I would go I would go C+ to B-. The thing about it is, though, isn't he like 35? Like, isn't he like older?
Yeah, he's older.
Yeah, so it's like you're on a ticking time.
Well,
like you're
he's not
ticking.
He's not an Obafemi. He's not going to be that. He's not one of those guys. He is a solid upper mid card, lower main event guy, I think. And the reason I gave him a B is because it's been a short period of time, and he's had the closer half of what they've been doing has been on an upswing. So I kind of gave him up to a B, but it's about a B-. But Chad seems to agree with the B. So
he's the one that would benefit. I think he would benefit from house shows the most.
Yeah.
Well, remember he requested.
Yes.
He did 12 dark matches.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. It all makes sense. Perfect.
He requested it. Yeah, he requested it. So good man. And it'll be interesting to see how he gets used going forward. Now, of course, we're on to the one. A.
I
don't really know.
A++.
Yeah, this is the best they've used somebody. The best they've debuted somebody since Brock Lesnar, probably, right? Like, I can't think of anyone that even comes close since then. Chat is overwhelmingly A. So I don't really know how much time if you want, we can talk about the whole I don't know how they're going to do him versus Brock Lesnar again. He has to beat him. He has to beat him.
Yeah. Oh, Oba's beating Brock.
He has to.
I see that. For some reason, people haven't noticed that the reoccurring thing with Brock outside of John Cena has been him coming back to do multiple jobs for people.
Right. Cody Rhodes. Yep.
Yeah, no, and I think the thing is, I think they win the match that they'll have in Italy, like they can have a bit of a longer match. You can get, because Oba didn't really get into any deep water with Brock at WrestleMania, so they can do.
I don't want to see a longer match at all. I think that I don't want to see them.
Well, I mean, just in whether there's like at least I'm not saying that match was like 4 minutes, so you can have a little.
It'll be more competitive. It'll be
that's what
a 4 minute somewhat one-sided squash, and it's going to be like a 7 minute Brock Lesnar type match.
You gotta be careful.
Lesnar Goldberg type match.
Are they going to make it no rules? You kind of have to, right? Like, unless they're planning on making this a trilogy, I think that the only route you go now is that you make it no rules. You make it a street fight. Although you can't. You have tribal council, so you can't make it a street fight on that show. So I don't know what. I mean, it's just it is a weird booking situation they found themselves in. I don't know what the hell you do.
Yeah, no, I mean, like that's the thing is like I was not surprised Brock came back. I was surprised Brock came back so early.
I was surprised Brock came back to fight Oba. Like
I think it's too early in Oba's push for him to lose a big match like to Brock.
Can you see a screwy finish? Maybe like where Brock hits the referee or something. Gives the referee an F5 and gets DQ'd.
I can see it.
Heyman gives Brock a screwdriver. Oh no, wait, wrong show. My bad.
I don't know. Can I see it? Sure, but do I think it's a good idea? No,
not at all.
Terrible idea. It's awful. I don't know. The only way that an idea like that works is if it's Brock Lesnar destroys him. The match doesn't even really get started. Brock Lesnar comes out with a shotgun and just holds it to his I literally, not that literally.
It's what I mean?
Brock, the match doesn't even get going. It is a wild brawl throughout the arena. No winner, no loser. Brock Lesnar stands tall because he ran over him with a bulldozer or something. Like, I don't, that's the problem, is that you booked yourself into a spot where it's like, unless you just have Obafemi win, which is what should happen.
Yeah.
But the problem then is that, then what? Okay. Obafemi has now beat Brock Lesnar twice. Mm-hmm. So what was the point?
DQ, schmeq, nobody cares.
It'll be very interesting to me. But I think we're all in agreement right now with this.
Yeah.
We don't have to keep going with this. And the next person, I honestly, surprisingly enough, I think we're going to be into a similar situation. Danhausen.
I mean, is there any
not an A? Not an A. I mean, if you're grading on a curve, I'd give him an A. But it's a B, and he shouldn't be any more than a B, and that's what he should be, is a B. That's what I think. So
I'm giving him an A.
Okay.
And I'm surprised to say that out loud. I mean, it's been working. The crowd, it's over. He has sold more T-shirts than anyone since his debut. Like,
he's on ESPN weekly. Like, I mean,
like, I'm shocked to say it out loud, but it's like it's working so well. And again, like it works well with the kids on the kid level. And then there's like I don't know if it's smart humor that he is, but like the way that the way his humor
ironic.
Yeah, that's getting over with a lot of adults. I mean, you got people painting their faces. We watched him debut at the Elimination Chamber live on our channel, and I was like, because I've always liked Danhausen. I liked him before AEW. I just thought it would be on NXT and AAA, and like maybe go do some stuff and help TNA. But
they were right.
That's
the thing is that they were right. I can't, like, I was in the same boat. I was in the same boat. I'm like, TNA, NXT, AAA, great. Maybe make a few appearances on WWE to get the meme over and then move. But, I mean, it's like USA is just clamoring for more and more Danhausen. He's on.
They gave him a lair.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is that, and I think you could tell from this week's SmackDown, they definitely know that they can't overexpose him.
Yeah.
He got one pre-recorded segment on SmackDown this week and didn't interfere in Miz's match and stuff like that.
And the fans cheered when they saw when the pre-tape went up. You heard the audience cheers. Like, I mean, it's shocking to me. You love to see it. It just surprises me.
Not really.
I don't know how long it's gonna last. That's my thing.
Oh, DJ, what's that, DJ?
Oh, no, my bad. No, I said this is the same audience that loved Doink the Clown. You're shocked that they love Danhausen?
Same audience that loves Joe Hendry and loves Mr. Iguana. And, you know, what's shocking, here's what's shocking. What's shocking is that they were able to so perfectly zone in on what to do with him. And as George said, the crowd might turn on him at some point, although the crowd never turned on R-Truth. The crowd never turned on Santino. And these are characters that I didn't like. I
turned on R-Truth and Santino.
I did too. I couldn't stand Santino. I didn't like R-Truth. I was also much more jaded and kind of going through my younger,
I only ever liked Doink, the original, where he was like the evil clown. Once he became Doink with the dinks and all that shit, and they changed the wrestler behind it. Like, I'd never liked any of that. But I liked when he was the evil clown making kids cry and stuff. I liked that. That was fun.
I've softened as I got older. I appreciate what Danhausen has to offer. And I think ultimately, I think the idea of getting him like a big name, a big guy, to kind of second and maybe transfer some of that heat over to somebody who could actually benefit from. Although, I'm just going to say it, Danhausen's not as bad of a wrestler as everyone makes him out to be.
Agreed.
Like, he doesn't look like a wrestler, but he wrestles like a wrestler. He's not
doesn't look any more ridiculous than Mike Bailey does. So yeah.
I know he looks more like a wrestler than Mike Bailey, 1,000% more like a wrestler than Mike Bailey.
Yes.
So
he's actually got definition in his body.
64% overwhelmingly. Everyone says that
it's surprising.
He is a win. We're moving on, and here's another guy, man, Ethan Page. Now, we were talking about the idea that Danhausen was surprising. This one is the one that's surprising to me. I know he hasn't been around long, but based on the time that he's been in WWE on the main roster, easy B+. Easy B+ for me. Easy.
I give
go
him
ahead,
a
DJ.
B. I give him a solid B for now. We've gotten a great small sample size. I call him the male Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green to me is the perfect female diva for WWE in terms of what they're looking for in hiring an employee. Someone who will tell them yes to anything, who will make anything work, and isn't afraid to get down and dirty. Pretty much describes Ethan Page to a T. And he's a solid promo, great worker, great personality. I think he's the best person to replace The Miz.
Yeah, that's a great comparison. That's a great comparison. George, what were you saying?
I wasn't saying anything.
Oh, I thought I heard. I guess it was Jake. Jake, what were you saying?
No, it was probably no. But what I was thinking is if you're counting his NXT time, I would go for an A because he was used wonderfully in NXT. So far on the main roster, yeah, I'd give him a solid B for it. I didn't like this guy at all coming into WWE. I was like, this guy sucks. And granted, where they used him in AEW is terrible, like the Karate Man stuff that I saw from TNA. Like I was just like, I don't see it at all. And he proved me wrong in NXT very well. Like it was great in NXT, and he helped. Like his job isn't so much about giving himself over. Like he does so well of getting other people over. Like he was Trick Williams' first major feud, Javon Evans' first major feud. Like, you know, he's had stuff with Joe Hendry and stuff. He helps get people over so well. You know, he's bigger than you think he is too. Like he looks smaller when you see him pictures of him, when you actually see him out there wrestling, like he's a pretty big guy. So no, I'm very impressed with him. And hit that interview with Michael Cole on Monday.
I was gonna say, yeah, I loved he pulled the Tony Khan and handed him questions.
Yeah, and he called him Mike.
You know,
he called him Mike.
Yeah. I think I've said it before. I said it earlier. I think he's great. I think he's done. He's gone so far past what I expected from him. And when you look at, because I was a fan of Ethan Page pre Karate Man, and then Karate Man, I kind of was just like, it's so dumb. But then he never got better. He never went back to what he used to do. So now that he's back doing what he's good at, I think he's going to be great. Like him and Rusev are going to be really good together. I have no problem with anything going on with Ethan Page, and like I said, solid B. Oh, you didn't give a grade, Jake or DJ.
I said I was going B.
B. Solid. DJ, what'd you get? Oh, he's muted. George, what do you say?
I went B minus.
Okay.
I'd like to see. I'm waiting to see the NXT transfer over to the main roster. That's what I want to see, because NXT, I thought he was great, absolutely great.
All right.
Yeah, he was fantastic in NXT.
And we'll see. I like
his comparison. That was really good.
I do like him though. He's a good person to have on your roster for sure.
Let's move on. We have Sol Ruca here. And I'll start with this one. C. I like Sol Ruca. I like her. I think she's very talented. I think she has a good look. I think she's interesting. But she messes up a lot. Like a lot. And it's hard.
She doesn't know how to wrestle.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Is like once that bell rings, man, she could do some great stuff about 85% of the time.
Yeah,
and 85% of like that might do okay in other companies, but in WWE, LA Knight can have a 20-minute match and slip when he jumps to the top rope, and that'll be the only thing anyone remembers. And when you're in that world, Sol Ruca can't be botching every fourth soul snatcher, and, you know, and she kind of is. So
yeah. I mean, so the thing for me about it is like, I think a lot of it from what it feels like to me is it's just like super nerves. Like she's only been doing this for like 3.5, 4 years. You know, I just think she just needs to calm down and like realize that she does have talent, but she's trying to do too much. I think she's like going like at 100 miles an hour, and she needs to like bring that down to about like 75, and she'd be fine.
George, I'm gonna give you a talking point. They brought her up too soon.
I agree.
Yeah,
because I thought she needed to. Jake and I were talking. I think they needed to show her how to be in the ring better. Like if something goes wrong, how to call it when you're there. Because if something goes wrong in the ring, she's screwed. Like she can't. I don't think she can find her way out of a paper bag that way, and that's the problem. She has to learn more of the in-ring.
Yeah, I really thought she would have done well a heel run in NXT. Usually NXT does that, where they have a great babyface run and then a little bit of a heel. Like just work out all the kinks in NXT, and she just didn't get that, as I could see. You know what I mean? And yeah, I get that like the John Cena's last match was supposed to put over some great talent. And she's just not ready yet. And that's where she's just nervous, I feel like, in the ring. And I think she'll be fine, but she just needs to take a breath, calm it down. Maybe house shows will help her too. You know,
her promos too. She's nervous. Yeah. When she's in there with Becky or, you know, those like she definitely is nervous. And that's
who's the muscular woman that just came up from NXT? What's her name? I always forget.
Jordan Grace.
We'll get to her. We'll get to her.
No, that's not. I'm using her as an example because she's like Jordan Grace when she first came up. Jordan was always in a hurry and sloppy and shit like that. She always tried to get everything done way too fast, and Sol Ruka's got to slow it down. I agree with Jake.
Yeah, just slow it down a bit. She'll be fine, but yeah, it's too much. She's like,
I hope she'll be fine. But I don't know. I think they look at her and they're just like, man, we got Lita back. And I mean, she's better than Lita, but Lita wouldn't have, like, Lita couldn't cut it right now. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
DJ, we were talking about Soul. We're all kind of in the B- C category. Where are you landed on Soul?
I'm kind of in the same place. I give her a B-, around that range. In the ring, she's kind of like the opposite of Trick, to where it's not the person. She has everything else, but she hasn't really nailed down her personality yet. There's really no character. It's really just the look and her in ring. So
I'll go with that, but I will say that we were talking. I think her in ring can use some help too. Like, she botches a lot for WWE television. And
yes, but it's also because there's not really that many girls who are as much as a high flyer that she is. Agree. You know what I mean? She's like a female Javon, for lack of a better comparison. So it's like,
that's a good comparison.
She's doing things that other women aren't used to having to be there for.
And if you notice, Javon slowed down.
Yeah.
So do you think it would benefit Soul to slow down a little bit, or where you go there?
I feel like it would depend, because I feel like it's her weakness, but it's also at the same time one of her better strengths. That's what makes her stand out. The fact that she goes at 100 miles per hour. You know what I mean? Because again, there's not many girls who can do that kind of shit, or at least in WWE, where
and
the
that's why I think
is
a lot
more
of it's
slow
just
and methodical.
Yeah, and I agree with you 100%. And that's why I feel like it's for me. And I gave her a B because I'm hoping that it's just super nerves. Like, she's just it's almost too much too fast, but she'll get there, because I feel like she's just super nervous. And I think she might be good if she wins the Intercontinental title, and then, like, how the title can make the person, to make the wrestler, and then have some fucking house shows.
How about they put her under a hood? Any wrestler under a mask can botch like 15% more, and people don't care about it. I've noticed that. That's true. Look it up.
That's a valid point.
Commander.
Right. Miss Sin Cara, how long did they let him go before they started?
I was gonna say, case? According to Dave, Mystico is the most important wrestler and the best wrestler out there, and
so Chad was pretty much in the BC category with us. Fatal Influence, man. Who'd have thunk it? Who'd have thunk it that these girls would come up?
What grade am I going to give here?
Yeah, I was gonna say, let George kick this one off.
Yeah,
George, if there's anybody,
this is I gave it an A because I'm biased to this one. I've been on the JC Jane head engineer role for quite some time now.
Yep.
When I first started watching NXT, she was crap. Like, I noticed the evolution that I've seen is amazing what she can do. I am very happy she's on the main roster and she brought the group with her. It's a very good compliment to what she offers. I'm very happy with what she's done.
Yeah, if anybody watched the Shawn Michaels documentary, she put in the work and learned under Shawn and just got so much better in about a year too. It didn't take her that long. Once it started clicking, it really started clicking for her.
If anyone, by the way, real quick, I haven't been saying this very much. We've been kind of, wrestling talk nonstop. So if you have any super chats you want to give us, we will read it at the end of. Actually, on this, I'll read it at the end of every wrestler rundown. So in between grades, I'll read your super chats, and then make sure you're dropping us a like below. Biggest surprise I've had in a long time. Yes. I always thought Fatal Influence was fine, but I thought they'd come up and maybe be like Secret Hervis level, kind of just like a fun little background faction that gets some TV time and is entertaining. But no, man, they're feuding with Charlotte and Rhea. And they're just taking over, and the heat. The heat is. How do they get that heat? That is so
genuine.
Crazy. Yeah, it's genuine, dude. You can tell they didn't expect it. It felt very much like when Dom started getting it. Remember, before they realized the mic trick, where like you cut the mic to the TV, or you cut the mic in the ring, and you just have the house mic pick up his talk, and then it sounds louder. Like before they figured that out, and he was just getting that crazy heat. That's where Fatal Influence is right now. I never saw it coming, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if they're just like, we don't like these white bitches, or if it's
JC's got a good resting bitch face.
Yeah, or if it's, because they sent him after the right woman. Like maybe just anyone who goes after Rhea is gonna get
Yeah,
like
that was a good move. That was a good move to have her first match against Rhea. Like that was good stuff.
If you look, I'm sorry, Des, go ahead.
No, I was gonna move on, but yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, if you look, Jake mentioned that she's learned from HBK. She is the female HBK. If you actually break it down and look at what she's doing and how she's doing it, she's Shawn Michaels female, 100%.
Well, can I ask you guys a quick question before we do move on? Do we think, in terms of grading the whole group, that we're pretty much grading our thoughts mainly on JC Jane and not really how much of the other two have impacted?
I mean, there haven't really been a lot of impact from the other two, right? They're kind of just her girls. Like they haven't really.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So if we're judging the faction, I'm going to give them a B- just because the other two have done really nothing to stand out except be with JC. And she's been kind of more of the lightning rod of the group.
Yeah, that's enough though. Like that, they're helping her. They're helping get her and the whole gimmick over with it. It works so well. It's such a good package.
Oh no, I agree. I would like to see more from them as a female tag team, especially with hopefully them now trying to establish a tag team division for the females.
Yeah, so. I agree. No, I do agree with that because I was thinking just a little while ago, like, why didn't they go after Paige and Brie? Like, that seems so natural. Like, if they're going after the legends, they went after Rhea and Charlotte and Alexa.
Well, they did in that because they came out and it was either the first or second time where they like.
Shut up, Alexa! I'm not talking to you. Sorry, my Amazon thought I was talking to her.
That's great. My wife and I just bought a car. We got a car like at the beginning of March, and it listens to things at certain points, and I'm like, I wasn't talking to you. I've never had one of those things in my house, and it drives me nuts sometimes.
I have to call. I would say Lexi. Talk about
Little Miss Bliss. Yeah.
When JC wants the group to go after them, she'll tell them to go after him. That's why she's the boss of the group. So.
Yeah, she's trying to get a title first.
All right, Jordan Grace. This is like the opposite of Royce Keys for me. If I were to have graded her before WrestleMania, like or after Elimination Chamber, I would have been like, man, she's a solid B, right? But she hasn't done anything since then. And
did she get hurt or something? Like,
nope,
she's not been on TV.
Nope. They just said no. We're gonna have Jade fight Rhea, and we're gonna kind of forget about her now.
Whoops.
And yeah,
fair enough.
And she's doing fine. I don't want to take anything away from Jordan Grace. She pre Rhea Ripley, she probably pulled the best match out of Jade Cargill you were gonna see. She's played her part well. It's just they haven't had any use for her in the past month or two. They just brought her back for a little thing, so maybe she'll be getting more TV time soon. But
can I ask a question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you think they trust her in the ring?
Yeah. I mean, Jordan Grace has been around for so long.
I know, but I've seen some things. That's all.
Okay, I mean, maybe I think. Well, somebody in the chat, I'm sure, is going to be like, Jordan Grace has been training for a new bodybuilding competition or something. Okay, yeah, there it is, Travis. She got injured on Main Event, so I guess she did get injured.
Okay, I think because that's because it seemed like she just went away for a while, and then like all I've seen from her on social media was she adopted like her 8th dog, and then is taking pilot lessons, and I'm like, good for her, but. Yeah, I feel like you were saying like she was because when she first came up, like George said, she was like doing too much, trying to do too fast, trying to like get fully over, and then had to slow it down, and then it was starting to work and do well, and then whoop.
Yeah,
so yeah, I give her a C, but that's more because she hasn't been on enough.
If she's been injured, if she's been injured, then I'm not going to fault her that. DJ, what do you think? Oh, he's muted. I didn't see that. Sorry. George, what did you give a grade yet?
Yeah, I went C.
All right. Yeah, I think we're all right about C, and I think we're safe to move on to Paige. Now, you originally weren't even going to have her in there. You said 7.
I gave it a maybe. Yeah, I gave it if you wanted to.
But I thought if Jordan Grace can be in, then Paige has probably had just as many matches because she's been actually wrestling quite a bit since
more than I expected.
She's been back. Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't know because she's a returning one as opposed to
right.
debut.
Yeah,
that was the only reason why I was. Yeah, that's fine. That's why I grabbed the shot.
George, what do you think, Paige?
I had different plans for Paige. I didn't think she would come back in this role. I thought she'd be perfect for a GM of NXT.
Yeah, I think they had different I think they had different plans for Paige too. But then Nikki Bella got hurt, and
I think after the Bellas come back together, I think I could see Paige down there doing that. But right now, I got to give her a B- to a C+ because done a lot more than I thought they were going to let her do.
She didn't break her neck.
Pretty good doing it.
So,
and there's been a couple times where it looks like she got hurt, but then she didn't. So, all right.
Yeah, Paige was always fine, and she's not dead. So,
and she got a hell of a pop at Mania.
She did. Yeah. Say what you want about. I mean, I know Apple can't hear the pops right on his phone, and it thinks everyone gets slow pops.
Yeah, everybody.
She got a good pop at Mania, and she's getting good reactions, and people like her. So I a B- C+. She doesn't do it for me personally. My son really likes her theme music. I'll say that. Go ahead, DJ.
No, and sorry, Aaron came in and distracted me.
No, you're totally noise. Fine. I'm a dad too. I get it.
But I honestly, I'm giving her a B+ to an A- because with her injury history, with the impact she made for the women's division so far, I think she's done a great job for Paige, taking everything under consideration. She's had the best unretirement run out of everyone who's unretired in the past 10 years.
You know
so
what?
Far.
She looks way better than AJ Lee.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, granted, she's been wrestling for 3 years already, but she does look better than AJ Lee. She's doing fine, and she's not my thing, but I get it. You know, I said, I'm solid B or C+, B-. I think she's doing just fine. I think she's doing better than either of the Bellas since they came back.
Fair.
If that means anything.
I did say I would never think that WWE TKO would have cleared her ever to wrestle. So I can eat crow there because they did, and they saw something I certainly did not see. And I'm liking what she's doing, so I'm not going to complain. But I'm surprised they cleared her. I really was.
And we are now moving on. We have 2 more, I believe. Let me see. No, we have 3 more. We have 3. One of them. I mean, come on. Okay. So our next one here is Mr. Joe Hendry. I'll start with this one. Fine. He's actually. This is going to sound weird, but I think their restraint with Joe Hendry actually bumps me up to like a B+. Whereas I'd probably be a B- to a C+ if it was anyone else. But the fact that they haven't just completely crammed him down our throats and already like wore him out completely, you know, the fact that they're showing restraint.
They didn't turn him to Elias yet.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking. Usually when they have a musician, they bring them out every week doing concerts, and then it gets old so fast. And they didn't do that with Joe Hendry, and I'm giving them some credit. Joe Hendry, we don't need to debate about Joe Hendry. We all know Joe Hendry. Yeah. You know, he's talented, self-made man. He's done it himself. Blah 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 blah. We've talked
Super
about
nice
this
guy. I did a meet and greet with him once. Super nice guy. No, and the fact that they've had him go up against Logan Paul too. Like, you go after Logan Paul, everyone's gonna be like, "Yeah, we like you." Like, that's an easy one. That was a smart move too. They've held back and haven't overdone it. But when they have had him do stuff, it's been going right after Logan Paul, who everyone hates. It's smart.
Yeah. George, what do you think? You know what, DJ? What do you think? George, screw you. DJ, no, I'm joking. I'll get back to you.
Yeah, fuck you, George. I'm just kidding.
All right. We'll see you guys next week.
That's his love language, is to pick on you. Trust me. As someone who can't it's what I've learned.
Okay, DJ, what do you got?
I'll give him a C for now because he hasn't done. I agree with you in the point of they've done a great job of not overusing him and, you know, doing the Elias thing with him. But I don't think he's really done much to stand out in the field that he's in.
He's had one match, right? Has he had
one match?
one?
And then, you know, the one thing he did do to stand out was the catchy Fire Logan Paul song. But again, like to the point Jake made, you mentioned Logan Paul and you're pretty much a made babyface at that point.
Right. It works really well. Yeah.
So
nobody likes Logan Paul.
Yeah. No, I think right now he's in the perfect, you know, babyface mid-Carter role, the pre LA Knight role before LA Knight, you know, got big. So
I'll tell you
we'll
what,
see how it goes from there.
He doesn't botch as much as LA Knight does. I'll tell you that much.
Give him 3 more matches, then we'll see.
No, I've been watching him since Ring of Honor, and one thing you can say about Joe Hendry, he's tight. You know, like he doesn't. He does exactly what he knows he can do, and he doesn't mess that up. And it's not. That's why I always say people always get all weird when I compare him to John Cena. But I don't mean that he's going to be as big as John Cena. He's a very comparable wrestler to John Cena. John Cena knew his limitations. He knew how far he could push it, and he never pushed past it. And because of that, you got a solid, tight 20-minute
I could just
match,
hear this old Dusty quote. Don't do shit you can't do.
Right. Don't do shit you don't know how to do.
Don't do shit you don't know how to do, baby.
Yep, dead on. Yeah.
And that's exactly, smart. And Joe Hendry definitely has that mentality of like, I don't need to be doing, you know, jumps up to the top rope or standing jumps to the top rope and that kind of crap.
Like Steiners.
Yeah.
I can see a Hurricane Rana.
I'm just going to be Joe Hendry and do exactly what I know I can do. And that's, in my opinion, that's a good way to go. So I think he's doing fine. But this next one.
I went C as well, by the way.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, George. I tricked. I feel really bad. I feel really bad because I joked about skipping George and then I actually did.
Yes, you actually did skip me. It was awesome.
What do you think about Joe Hendry? I'm sorry, George.
That's awesome. I went C for everything DJ said. Was 100% right.
Okay. I'm sorry, George. I feel bad about that.
That's hilarious.
Okay. Because of that, I'm gonna give you first word before me on Ricky Saints.
Someone put a poop emoji in there.
Yeah.
I think that's where I'm. No, I said in the beginning he shouldn't have been. SJ, I never thought he should have been called up. I think he's too small. I don't like the gimmick. I hate the stupid pose. I don't like anything. I didn't like it in AEW, and I certainly don't like it here. I think it's crap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's. I mean, George is not wrong. I will admit my wrongness on this one.
I have not had a opportunity to talk on this since Friday, but his match with Mello was shocking. Like seeing Mello have that many screw ups in a match was it actually was like off-putting. Like I felt sick. Like I'm watching Mello. I'm like, this isn't Mello. Who is fighting? Why is Mello? Why are there 4 botches in a Mello match? You know what I mean? Like it just felt wrong. And I think it really does demonstrate the difference between getting on television in WWE and wrestling anywhere else in the world. Where anywhere else in the world, that match that Ricky Saints put on Friday night, I wouldn't have batted an eye at. It would have been just I mean, that's just a match. That's what that's what happens every match. There's a few botches, a few things work, but it stood out like a sore thumb against Mello when Mello went for the dive and Ricky was in the wrong place and Mello almost laid it on his head, or when Ricky dropped Mello on his head, and then Ricky went for the DDT off the top rope and missed the top rope and slipped, and like it's just 3 or 4 times. I'm just like, man, he is off his game. And I was one who was saying that I think he'll be fine. I was with Jake. I was saying, just wait, guys, he'll be okay. You'll see, he'll get up there. But maybe it's too early, or maybe Ricky Saints just isn't that guy, or maybe he just had a really bad match against Mello. So maybe it was just a bad night. But go ahead.
So I'm kind of with you, Dis, but at the same time, all I could think of is if Vince McMahon saw this fucking match,
oh my
the first thing he would say is put a vest on this guy, make him into a manager, and put him with Keith Lee. Okay.
1,000%. 1,000%, DJ.
Like, and I see my whole thought. I agree with you that he was brought up too early. I think that him and Hobbs should have had a run in NXT where Ricky could have been the chicken shit NXT champion, Hobbs be the muscle, let them both go down there for a year, get their reps. I understand Hobbs is old, but again, we want to get the best out of our money. Put him in NXT, bring him up in 6 to 8 months with Ricky, have Ricky be his talking piece. They would work better as a package, and both would successfully get over. Than the sum of the parts aren't bigger than
after
them together. You get what I mean?
Okay.
I get you.
3-4 months ago, I would have agreed with you. Okay. But after seeing the Ricky Saints that we've seen for the past month, I don't want him anywhere near Powerhouse Hobbs.
No, hear me out. Because if we had them together, we wouldn't need to see Ricky Russell singles as much. He would be more of a promo talking piece. And if we're gonna have him wrestle, if any type of sporadic fashion, it would be in tag team matches where we can hide 90% of his in-ring weaknesses. And
that's a problem,
would just be the whole point. I think he's just drowning in the water being by himself, and people don't understand that Ricky is better in a group and stands out more in a group setting.
You know what? That's not good though.
Yeah, it can't.
Not really though, because you could say the same thing about Sean Waltman. Sean Waltman as a single, no one gave a fuck about him. He always stood out better in a group setting.
Just incredible. And I was actually like a lot of my for some reason, every time I see Ricky Saints, I think of Just Incredible. Every time, and I don't know why, but it just reminds me so much of Just Incredible. You know what though? I think Ethan Page kind of ruined me for Ricky Saints, because everything that you just said about like you kept him in NXT, had him be with Hobbs. I'm just like, yeah, but you could have done that with Ethan Page, and they could have been the champion. You know what I mean? Like, you do that with Ethan Page, and that is a main event duo that is touring the circuit. You do that with Ricky Saints, and you're about at the level that Royce Keys is right now. Like, I just don't think he's compatible with WWE. I just don't think it's there. Maybe I'm wrong
with that sentiment. No, I agree. I definitely think main roster wise, he doesn't fit.
Right. Yeah, he should have stayed in NXT. Be in NXT, be the biggest star in NXT, right?
He wasn't there though. He wasn't.
I know, but he could have been. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah. See, do you think it might be just as simple as he thought just because he's friends with Cody and he had a good spot in AEW that he's just gonna ride on that?
Punk too.
He's friends with Punk too.
Yeah.
And
he was kind of a big deal in AEW, so I'm kind of wondering if maybe he just thinks my shit don't stink.
And to George's point, I thought Ricky Starks had a lot of talent and potential and could have done well in WWE. Ricky Saints has not hit at all. And this is from somebody who's watched NXT pretty much religiously since they moved to the CW. I've watched every single episode.
I think what Ricky Saints has really messed up for him is that as a heel, he's a watered down version of what he was in AEW. If they're going to push him, they either A, have to take the chains off him and let him loose and let him be comfortable with himself and, ask for forgiveness instead of permission, or make him into a sympathetic babyface. Because he can do that shit too. He's a really good babyface.
Yeah, maybe babyface. Yeah. I think he might. Honestly, you know what I think he'd work best? As the third in a faction. You know what I mean? Like he would make a great like Tully Blanchard.
Yeah, Ricky stands out more. There are guys in the industry who stand out more in a group than they do in an individual setting. It does happen.
And I think that there is we all know that Cody has this dream where he wants to recreate the Four Horsemen when he turns heel. That's been a thing that he's been talking about since the dawn of time. So I do think that there is a possibility that him and maybe even Royce Keys are kind of being kept around as part of that division, because we even saw Paul Heyman kind of tease it last week when he was talking to Cody, and he said, no matter how big you get, no matter where your career goes, you always end up coming to the wise man. And so
Paul Heyman in that JJ Dillon role would be fucking perfect.
And if Cody's going against Punk next year at WrestleMania, the idea that he'll turn heel and kind of get a faction behind him, Ricky Saints is the perfect person to have involved in that. Throw him in a tag team or something and let him grow there. Yeah. There's a good canvas there working for him, but where he is now, working these singles matches against guys that, like I said, Mello. Oh man, I almost just said Mello don't miss. But he doesn't. I mean, he doesn't. Mello doesn't mess up. Mello doesn't,
especially the last year. And I agree with DJ where I thought initially when like Hobbs was going to get signed, and even when Hobbs debuted at the Rumble, I talked about with George. I'm like, put him down in NXT, team him up with Ricky for a bit, just so they can both get better. Like I feel like DJ's absolutely right. Like they could have worked well for both.
They have the synergy from the team.
Yeah, exactly. They can work together. They can play off each other. There was something there, and when they didn't do that, I think even maybe Ricky might have wanted that because the last 6 months of Ricky Saints has not been any good.
There you go. There's your tag team in Cody's faction, right?
Yeah,
you have it right there. I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying that there is not a place for Ricky Saints in WWE. I'm saying that they have not found the place for Ricky Saints in WWE, and it is not as a champion contender fighting solo matches against guys
where
like
he is
Dragunov
now,
and Mello, and you need to find something else. Okay, we got one more, and this one will be a quickie, I'm sure, because we haven't.
Right.
Well, let's just get to it here. We haven't really seen any of her yet. Just some promos. Blake
double
Monroe.
Giving her the double D. He gives her a D and the A.
The D and the A. There we go.
That's what I was gonna say, and I pulled it back. I shouldn't have. That's why I like you, DJ.
Now, my question is, why did you get a picture of Tippy in 3 years?
Yeah.
Because she does. It's gonna be weird when you have Tiffy and Blake Monroe going against.
Well, no, she's British. It's different.
Oh yeah, totally different. Nothing.
I mean, I can go first quickly on this one because look, she's a very beautiful woman. I get that but I didn't really get her or really like her much in AEW. And it's
our chat full of gooners are giving her A's.
Exactly. Yeah. All the dudes giving her A's. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Totally. And I'm gonna go with the 4. It's not that it's a fail. It's just too soon. Like we'll see what they do. But there was a part in NXT where they were having it where like she was literally like filming like things together where it was her as the good side and then like her dark side, like the hell side or whatever. That worked for me in NXT, and then they kind of got away from that and it just hasn't really worked. We'll see. I'll give it the chance, but yeah, I don't know.
I'm just going to open this up. Does anyone have strong opinions on Blake Monroe that they'd like to share, or are we pretty much?
I just gave you all my opinions.
I know.
Blake Monroe. That's it. That's
I'm
all
looking
I got.
for anything else.
Everyone shared already all of mine. So
okay, George, anything?
Negative.
Okay.
It's negatoni.
So Blake Monroe, according to our chat, A+.
Yeah, right.
Wonderful.
Yeah. All you gooner dudes.
Bring it back next year when we do the show. Bring it.
No
back.
one agreed with my double D's. How dare they?
Actually,
everybody loves to agree with the double D's.
That's a good idea. Somebody write these down. We'll look at them in a year and see where we are. We'll talk about how everyone was released.
Absolutely. Be good to see a year later.
A year from now.
Next year, Blake will be at a B cup.
All right, we are getting into our last. Remember when I thought the show was going to go short, and here we are at
right? Yeah, I was like, well,
2 hours later.
All right, so we are getting into our game. This one's a real easy one, and if you guys want to play along in the chat, go ahead. If you have any during the games, as always, I read super chats as we get them during games, so you can drop one for that. But this game here is a little different. So the game we're playing this week is called Metal, Wrestling, or Halloween. You have to guess whether this is a metal singer / group, heavy metal, for those who may not understand that, if they are from the world of heavy metal, if they are from the world of professional wrestling, or it's just a dude dressed up in a Halloween costume. So this is our first one here. This gentleman is wearing, you can see he has a toy belt on his waist and a shovel, not a shovel, a sign or a shovel or something in his hand. This image has not been edited.
Stick with something. Yeah, I thought this was edited.
No, the image has not been edited except to remove something that would give it away, I thought. So we are getting everyone's thoughts here on which one it is. I will start with George because I still feel bad about taking his thing away earlier. So George, what do you got? Is the same?
I go with a dude in a costume because if that's a heavy metal dude, I lost all respect for heavy metal.
So you think it's Halloween? You're thinking Halloween?
I do.
Okay, DJ, what are you thinking?
I think it's Halloween as well. I think he's playing his character from Dungeons and Dragons. I think he just got done watching the 5th episode of Stranger Things and said, "Fuck yeah, I'm gonna do this."
Okay,
he's LARPing.
Jake,
I'm gonna go with metal. That doesn't have anything to do with the metal genre. There could be bad local metal bands. I worked at local music venues for a while in my life, and there could be some really weird bands. So I'm gonna go with the local metal artist.
Chat is mostly saying Halloween. There's been a couple saying wrestling. Travis said Dave Meltzer with face paint. Guys, if you have jokes, you have to super chat them. I'm not reading jokes no more. I awful got on my case. I can't read jokes and I can't read Boris. So
super chat. At least get a couple super chats in, and then we'll read your stuff. We're missing Regina, man. She gets the super chats going, man.
So here we are, and we're gonna find out that it is a metal singer. Look at there he is with his microphone at the club.
I'm done. There are really bad metal. There are really bad local metal bands. There's really
Boris,
bad
I'm
local
joking.
bands
It was
everywhere.
a joke, Boris. Yep. So he was in a metal band. I thought this one's actually the one that gave me the inspiration because I looked at him and I'm like, he's wearing a wrestling title, but he's dressed in a Halloween costume and he's a metal singer. I was like, this is perfect. This needs to be.
It's literally all three. Yeah,
it's all three. Yeah, but. He was a metal singer, and I believe Jake, you got the point on that.
I did. Yeah, it's just so I've worked in local music venues long enough. Yeah. I've seen some shit.
All right,
literal bad shit. Yeah,
we're going to the next one now. This is a pair. This is a couple. Okay, over there in the corner. Is it are they involved in the metal scene? Are they involved in professional wrestling, or is this just a Halloween costume? Jake, you got it right last time. You get to go first.
Halloween costume. I'm gonna go with. I'm hoping either that or they're trying to be. Was that the ECW on WWE? That's the vampire. It's oh god. Hopefully it's Halloween.
DJ, what are you saying? Halloween, wrestling, or metal?
Oh, she definitely looks like a fucking manager. I'm going wrestling.
She does, right? Yeah. I agree. She looks like she could be married to Jim Cornette. I don't know. I'm joking. George, what do you think? She blocks me. I don't care. George, what do you think?
And you want me to follow that? I say wrestling as well.
Wrestling. So we have 2 wrestlings and okay, well, Jake, you are running away with this one, bud. This is a Halloween costume. You can.
I won the eBay game, but nobody won that game with
standing in front of the door, going out trick or treating. So
this could also be LARPing too. Like there could be.
It could be.
Yeah.
By the way, if you guys didn't check out the eBay game, I put it as its own video on the channel. Please check that out. I can't express, I had to resort to bad YouTube tricks because I'm like, I have to find a way to convey how funny the last one is because I can't show it and I can't describe it and nothing I can do unless you just watch the video. So if you didn't see last week's show and you don't like sitting through 3-hour podcasts, go check out that video. But
the game sections are fun, man.
This one was wrestling. Next one up, we have this gentleman. Is he a metal singer? Is he involved in the sport of professional wrestling? Or is this just a Halloween costume? Jake, you got it right again, so you get to go first again.
I feel like this guy's a wrestler. I don't know why, but I feel like he's a wrestler. I'm so scared though.
I went with DJ next last time, so I'm going with George next time. This time,
I'm like 98% sure he's a wrestler.
Okay, DJ says wrestler. George, what do you got?
I'm gonna ride Jake and DJ's coattails and go with wrestler.
All right. I want to see if. By the way, I want to give a big shout out to AEW Neckbeards. Helped me out a lot with this segment. Me and him kind of.
Can I get extra points if I guess his wrestling gimmick?
I mean, go ahead. Sure.
Let's do it. He's gonna be Juan the Redneck.
Okay.
God.
Well, you're all wrong. He's a metal singer. This is the infamous El Duce. El Duce. For those who may not be familiar with him, he claims to have been paid money to kill Kurt Cobain. He is the singer that apparently Courtney Love tried to pay to kill her husband. If you believe that story.
I thought it was Johnny Canine.
It looks like him, doesn't it? It does look like it, but no.
Oh man,
this is El Duce.
I know Awful's gonna watch this back and start laughing at that.
He's probably watching it right now. I know Awful. I'm surprised he's not in the chat answering these questions.
Talking
he probably
shit
will
about
be
us.
in 30 seconds. Yeah. All right, our next one up. We have this gentleman right here.
Got a Ted Nugent t-shirt.
I'm gonna let Jake. You got.
Yeah, no,
you're still on. You're still on. So
yeah,
metal, wrestling, or Halloween.
Oh, I want to say metal, but I feel like he's an indie wrestler. I mean, look at those little buggy whipped arms. That's an indie wrestler. If I've ever
haven't had a wrestler yet, so
that's what I thought. Yeah, he's that's buggy.
All right, who am I going with? Let's go with DJ. No, let's go. Okay, let's go with DJ. DJ.
Yeah. I'm going with Jake. I'm gonna go wrestler. He looks like a Darby Allin cosplayer.
Okay. Good for you. George, what do you got?
I'm gonna go with singer.
Singer, metal singer.
Let's
see where we are. It is a wrestler. This man is a professional.
I'm just gonna go with zero today.
The safety pins were what made me feel like the safety pins in his eye above his eyes. I was about to go metal, but then I went, I don't know why.
We are at Jake with 3, DJ with 1, and George with 0. DJ, since you got your first point on the last one,
I got on the board, bitches. Let's do this.
I'm gonna let you.
This is like awful Jeopardy all over again, DJ.
It is fun. This one's fun.
Pretty much.
We got another one here. Sauce Inc. for $2 called him Spike or Goth Spike Dudley.
That's pretty good. Yeah. That's pretty good, Sauce. That's pretty good.
That works. All right, we are getting to our next one.
Juggalo Condry.
Well, we got this lovely lady here, and she's wearing a headband. She's got the mascara. So, DJ, is this a metal singer? And I know people are like, "That's not a metal singer."
No.
You didn't see metal singers back in the day. She could have very well.
Could be hair metal.
Yeah.
No, I have to jump on this. This is obviously Halloween because it's an Aubrey Ed costume.
Okay. Hey, don't you dare disparage this woman. She is much more attractive than Audrey.
Actually, it's a Pat Benatar costume.
Okay. But we got DJ for Halloween. Jake, you're going last this time.
All right.
George, what do you got? Halloween.
I just said it's a Pat Benatar costume.
Okay, so you think it's Halloween? Jake, what are you thinking?
I mean, can we pick Jazzercise? Is that what here? I'll go back to wrestling with it then. I'll go just to be different.
She does. Okay, this one's kind of tricky. Okay.
God damn it is wrestling.
It's a Halloween costume, but she's dressed as the character from Glow.
So
but it is a Halloween
I really
costume.
thought you were about to go with my gimmick disc and be like, yeah, she's definitely dressed as Aubrey Ed.
So
Aubrey.
That now means that we have Jake with 4, DJ with 2, And George he has point. He's somewhere around there.
I just got a 1.
George on the board. Hey, dude, he's not bagging a 0. That's all you get. You just when we're playing these games, that's all you want. I just don't want to. I don't want to.
Wait, Jake. What did you said?
No, I was just saying. I'm on 3. I have 3 figures up. You can't see, but yeah,
you were wrong. Okay, yeah.
So I'm on 3. Yeah.
So George, I'm giving you the first one the next time. I got messed up there. George, you got the next one here first. This gentleman here, is this metal, wrestling, or Halloween? What do you think, George?
Wrestling.
George says wrestling. DJ, what are you thinking?
Damn, I don't know. With the tit tattoo, I gotta say wrestler.
Okay, wrestler. And Jake.
Yeah, no, I feel like it's wrestler because he's trying to do, what was it, the Kiss Demon on WCW? I feel like that's what this is. Like a shitty version of it.
I'll tell you this. It was before the Kiss Demon.
Oh, God.
And
it's an old shot.
It is, in fact, a wrestler.
All right.
And it is one Wayne Ferris.
Oh, my
he was
God.
known as the Honky Tonk Man.
That's fucking hilarious.
Did a similar gimmick in Memphis where he played.
I was just going to say it had to be Memphis. It had to be.
He played the Kisser.
The Kisser.
It's
definitely because they had 6 months where Lawler was booking and 6 months where Jerry. This is definitely the 6 months under Lawler and not Jerry Jarrett.
Yep. He played the Kisser in Memphis. Wow. So notice he went from Elvis to the Kisser back to Elvis. He was always on the same path. And he is a professional wrestler. Everyone got that one right. So you guys each get 1 point, and we will stick with. I'll go back to DJ first on the next one. You got these two gentlemen. Is it metal, wrestling, or Halloween?
Okay, so it's definitely not metal. I want to say I've seen this.
Okay,
but I can't remember the fucking context. So I'm gonna go Halloween. Even though my soul is literally telling me this is a gimmick.
Okay. We got one Halloween. Jake, what do you got?
So it's funny. I was definitely going to go with Halloween because of the mummies, but I'm now noticing the guy on the left's got face paint. So that's where I'm going to go with wrestling. Cause
wrestling.
I don't think you take the time to paint your face unless it's metal or wrestling. And I'm just going to go with wrestling for the fun of it. For other reasons of why I don't think it would be metal, but I'm not going to.
We might have a game here because it could tie. This could tie it. If one of you, George, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking it's a metal.
You're thinking it's metal. So we got one for each.
One for each. Nice. That's awesome. That's the fun part.
All right.
Need to tie.
Are you ready? You guys are going to hate this. George is
George coming back at the end.
I can tell my metal brethren.
So we have 3, 2, and 2 at this point, correct? Or is it 4, 3, and 2?
I think it's 4, 3, and 2. Yeah, I got 4,
3,
right.
and 2. Okay, yeah. 4, 3, and 2.
Oh my God!
And I've one. Do we have one more?
Oh, do we?
Guys.
Okay.
We do. Now this could tie it up.
Oh man,
this could tie it up.
Oh boy.
Fuck.
This could be anything.
I'm gonna make this 2 points. So because it is like you said, it could be anything.
It
so,
really could. This has a lot of options. Fuck.
George, you could tie if you get it, or a DJ could come from behind and win. But let's see what we're getting here. And I'm gonna let DJ start. Actually, no, wait.
I won.
Yeah, George got it right last time. So I'm gonna let George start.
Yes.
So George, what are you thinking?
It would seem a long way to go for Halloween.
Halloween.
It would seem a long way to go for Halloween, so I'm gonna go wrestling.
Wrestling. Okay. Wow. DJ, what do you got, buddy?
All right. So there's 3 things I'm looking at in this photo. 1, the poses. These are all pretty much wrestling poses, wrestling and metal poses, not Halloween poses.
Yeah, I get to that.
So I'm taking Halloween out of this. 2, I'm
He's
looking
going
at
50-50.
I'm looking at the upside down cross, which is telling me devil worshippers, which is also yelling metal. So I want to say metal, but I also, you know what, George, you talked me into it. I'm going wrestling.
Okay.
All right. I'm glad you went that way because I was looking at something else. and that's the poster behind the bald guy. That looks like that's like shot in a quote unquote green room at a terrible local venue. So I'm gonna go with metal because I was glad that DJ and I were different to actually make this a game because I was going metal right away because of that poster. So I'm glad
God
you.
Damn it! I wanted to go metal too, but I was like,
I'm glad you did
a wrestling gimmick.
Oh, I'm glad you did because I didn't want it to seem like I was just gonna pick what you picked to win because I don't give a shit if I win or not. This is all just
okay.
Everybody
Well,
wins
ladies and gentlemen, we have a new champion. Because this is, in fact, the Goth Daddy Xander. He is a professional wrestler, the one in the middle. He is known as the Goth Daddy Xander.
Wait, what are the other two guys then?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Watch it be a metal band.
It's called security, Jake. It's called security.
Come from
I think the one on the left isn't he in Anthrax? Isn't he anyway?
No, Scott Ian's way shorter. Scott Ian is super short. I saw him at Harrods in England once. He was
Brad in the chat said the middle one is Joe Gacy. No, his name is Goth Daddy Xander. But what that means, ladies and gentlemen, is that our guest DJ takes home the title tonight. Congratulations, DJ. You are a winner, and you are the first ever winner of Metal Wrestling or Goth. So, I mean,
Brandy's going to be proud of me. I won something for us.
So, congratulations. And I think since I can't, I mean, I'll test it one more time. Let's see. Can I hear it?
Brian.
Nope, I can't. Okay, so since I can't hear that, we're done with the show tonight.
Yeah, I just typed in Goth Daddy Xander. I'm looking at his Instagram right now. Yeah, Xander Grimm is his real name. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Can use him 40 more times because he has so many different looks. You will never know who he is.
Yeah, he's a prominent. He calls himself a prominent Gothic event host as well. That's so he's a Gothic event host. What the fuck?
All right.
That was good stuff, DJ. I'm glad you guessed differently because I was going metal because of the posters. So I'm glad you did. That was great. No, I'd rather you win and play fair. That's much more fun.
DJ, plug your stuff. You want to plug.
God. So DJ in the Heel every Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also do spaces every once in a while. So pay attention on Twitter or X. Follow Brandon at Brandon the Heel, me at CornyFan8876. And yeah. Thanks for having me on the show. Made a boyhood dream come true.
DJ, dream. I have gone on record on this show saying that Brandon the Heel is the heel Uzi replacement that we didn't deserve, but he's so much better.
Oh, yes.
I just went and followed your pages on X.
Being the motherfucker who texts him every day.
This shit. It seemed like it was almost like one day it was heel Lucy and the next day it was Brandon the Heel, and like Brandon the Heel's posts completely replaced heel Lucy's, but they're so much better and much more high.
You want to know the crazy thing, the crazy common denominator between the two? Me.
Yeah, I know. Were you heel Lucy at one point too? Because I know like 10 people who were heel Lucy.
I was the only one who wasn't. I just wouldn't follow you guys.
John Ross Sapp was supposed to be heel Uzi.
Well, no, heel Uzi was literally like 5 people at one point. Like he had people writing for him. Did you not know that? Did you know that, DJ?
No, I did not.
Oh, yeah, heel Uzi was not a person. Heel Uzi was an entity created of like 5 different people.
It's not.
And I think like every single person in Tooney Talk Wrestling got invited to write for heel Lucy at one point or another. And we're just like, are you kidding me? Seriously? You want me to write you? Like at one point he was just messaging us and like he would be like, what do you think would be a good thing to say here? And we'd say it, and then he would just copy it and put it on his page. And we're like, no, we didn't say you could do that.
Steal my material.
Yeah. So when he started phasing out and I started seeing Brandon the Heel kind of be in his place, I'm like, much better. I appreciate Brandon the Heel much more. But DJ is an old friend. He's been around the show since the beginning. So please go check his stuff out. And as you can hear, I endorse Brandon too. So absolutely make sure you are checking those guys out. George and Jake, you do shows.
Yep.
Yeah. We got a big show coming up. I'm going to do a plug once in a while here.
Please,
you can do this every week.
Motherfucker, please.
I'm just kidding. Jake's much better at doing the plugs. But Thursday nights on YouTube at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, we review Dynamite. And if you guys have been watching Dynamite lately, you know this is a major sacrifice on Jake and mine's part. We do this every week. And then on Sundays, Jake, what do?
We do our Sunday Night Spaces show at 8:05 p.m. Eastern, where it's more of a roundtable discussion show where we'll talk about anything the audience wants to. We kind of have some good topics. This last one, we reviewed both of Tony Khan's Weekend Lives, where he told you all the wrestlers that he had, all those 200 wrestlers that Chris Connor was mentioning earlier. He mentioned pretty much all of them in those 2 lives that we had. But yeah, come follow us at youtube.com/@AltJakeTakesOn, please. I just went and DJ and the Heel Show. I just followed you guys on YouTube as well. Went and followed you guys. We should also we can all subscribe to each other and watch each other's shows and have some fun. It's a community around here. We are at 554.
Plug the YouTube. Yeah, subscribe to our YouTube too at DJ and the Heel.
And I'm going to take a moment, and I hope you guys don't mind. I'm going to take like 2 minutes here because
it's your show, buddy.
on Friday, apparently in the middle of the night, I woke up Saturday morning to find out that I had purchased a domain name. So I take a gummy before I go to bed. And sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and things just happen, guys. So apparently I bought a domain name. And are you ready to hear the domain name?
Oh God.
I am now the proud owner of WrestlingDirtSheet.com. Okay.
That's actually got a lot of potential.
I know, because I don't know what I was thinking when I bought it, but since I bought it, I've been thinking a whole lot. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. I have ideas. If there's anyone out there that's interested in like writing, but like not just copying and pasting, like what I'm looking for, I don't want to give my idea away because I don't want people to take it. But if you are looking at possibly kind of exposing the wrestling journalism space, the Meltzers and the Brandon Thurstons and
the Smug Alvarez's,
those guys. Yeah. If you guys want to do something with that, maybe hit me up. My email is tooneydiss@gmail.com. And, I can't pay you, but maybe down the road we can all get paid a little bit of something. But I do have an idea, and it also does involve kind of getting some podcasts together too, because I do think, as I said on This Is Awful a couple weeks ago, that we should all be working together more in this whole like small podcast wrestling space. So so if you guys have any thoughts or you want to be involved in that, tooneydiss@gmail.com. And if you want to, this Saturday, I'm going to be with Awful over on This Is Awful. We're actually going to do a show this week, I promise. Even if Awful isn't there. I have a thing where I didn't like to do shows without Awful, but I'm kind of getting past that. I'm also thinking about starting to do gaming streams over on Awful's channel. So pay attention for that. And we will be back here next Tuesday with Awful and the regular crew for another edition of Tooney Talk Wrestling. And I will be doing the indie wrestling roulette for anyone who's been begging for that to come back. It will be back starting next week. I'm trying to rotate them in and out. But in the meantime, please make sure you're supporting our regular videos that go up throughout the week. Ideally, I'm eventually going to have it where we have a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday videos. So if people don't like listening to the podcast in one jump, they can spread it out throughout the week. And but make sure you're hitting that there's a little hype button now. I would like you guys to hit the hype button under those videos, and someone give us a like so we can hit 50 on this show real quick. But yeah, I think that is about it. So for myself, for DJ, for Alt Jake, for George, for Marv, which you can check out over on the M4 Empire, for Kev, who you can check out over at the House of Apollo. And for AEW Neckbeard over at twitter.com/AEW Neckbeards, I guess x.com now, but that's it. So from all of us to all of you, thank you so much for hanging out with us. And now get out of here!
Now, Perry the Platypus, feel the wrath of my thank you-inator!
Thank you, you piece of trash.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you! Oh, I suppose you want me to say thank you. Well, you know what? Saying thank you is like jobbing. Thank you! I got a little message. Thank you. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, thank you! Oh, thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you!
Thanks? For what? Hi-ho from all of us here at Tooney Town. Thank you!
And viewers like you. Thank you.